Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Cinema Asylum podcast. I am Matthew, one of the superhero and sci-fi experts.
I'm Dylan, the other superhero and sci-fi expert.
I am John Tosson. I am one of the action movie experts, and we get ourselves a welcome back to the final expert.
Hello, my name is Pablo. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I am Paul Allen, the horror expert, returning once again
From the dead.
because you can't fucking kill me.
Yes, exactly.
For a one-night-only special.
For now.
For now.
But Paul, in all seriousness, it's great to see you back. And how's it feel to be back to the podcast finally after weeks?
Oh man, I can tell you that I have missed being a part of this whole thing.
We missed you too.
And, you know, there are times whenever you feel like that your life is kind of being robbed from you, and in these few moments, whenever you get to take it back, it feels amazing.
Absolutely. Well, we're glad that you can all join us for this episode of the podcast, and we got tons of things to talk about. We got our Shazam review, our DC rankings, and
Paul's going to do a Scream review since he didn't get to do it last time.
yeah, exactly. We're going to get here's thought on his Scream 6 review, so we're going to have tons of fun. But before we do get started, we want to let you know, people, you can find us on Facebook and Twitter of the Cinema Asylum Podcast. We also have an official Instagram account of the Cinema Asylum Podcast. We will update you on when new episodes will be coming and also what other things we'll be talking about in the episode. And you can find our official website what all the audio services are available to listen to the Cinema Asylum Podcast. So please go check us out. We have a great time here.
Thank you for bringing that up, because I almost forgot to do that again.
Well, that's why I came here to help you out, buddy.
So before we get to the news, I just want to let you know we have our first... I put up on Facebook and Twitter that I will be directing shorts for the Instagram now that we have an Instagram, since Instagram is mostly picture and video. But I shot a quick teaser. It's the podcast official teaser for Paul's movie. Paul, do you want to tell us quick about your movie?
Yes. So my movie is a horror movie called The First Harvest. There are 3 writers on the movie. Myself, my mother wrote part of it before she passed away, and the 3rd writer is Chloe Lutz. Now, The First Harvest, I do have a couple of quick updates about it. The first update is we are still going to be releasing it in October of this year, 2023. Second update, we only have 3 days left of filming.
Woo!
Wow.
3 days.
Man.
We started this on October 15th of last year. And I cannot believe that we are already almost done. Working with everybody has been a huge blessing, an honor, and honestly, the connections that I've made is part of why I'm still here in spite of everything I've been facing the last few weeks.
That's awesome.
So,
awesome.
Massive shout out to the cast, the crew. I don't want to get emotional on a podcast.
Here we go.
That's all right.
Shout out to Holly.
Holly, Derek, Matthew, all 3 of you guys. I'm gonna quit now while I'm ahead. but I can never repay you guys for helping me take my life back. I'll put it that way. Thank you guys. Thank you to everybody who is supporting this movie. And I cannot wait for you to lose your fucking minds in October when you see it.
That's pretty awesome.
And it'll be showing Bloomington and possibly Shelbyville.
Bloomington, Shelbyville, Connorsville, and Indianapolis.
Okay. And
Bloomington will likely be the first public screening.
Okay. But anyways, the teaser we shot is now officially up on our Instagram and Facebook page, and I'm sure Paul will upload on his page too. But yeah, go check out that teaser when you can. It's like a 50-second teaser.
It's also the first time I appear as the harvester in a scene that I did not write.
Right, because I wrote and directed.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty cool. And I did check out your short film. Like I said, I did check out the short film.
What short film?
And the one you did about what was it? That just she was in some kind of a therapy or something like that when she was coming out of rehab or
the recovery.
Yeah, she's amazing. Just a fantastic actress. Just wow. We would love to get her sometimes to be part of our guest of the podcast. That would be really cool if they guys make it happen. So if she's ever listening to this podcast, please come by. We definitely would love to have you. So
I'm sure Holly wouldn't mind one time.
I mean, I can't speak for her, but
Right. Obviously, yeah.
I definitely think that having her on would be a really cool treat for the listeners.
Yeah.
And yeah, she is
because
amazing.
seriously, Paul, you're just an incredible writer and actor, and whatever you're doing, it's
Thank you.
fantastic. Just absolutely fantastic. All right,
It really helps whenever you're acting with somebody who is also talented, especially someone like Holly. It's very easy to do work with people like her. So
absolutely.
Should we get to the news?
Absolutely. Let's get this fun fest started, shall we? All right, so I'm going to read 1 through 8, and then Paul will read 9 through 15, and then you pretty much know the rest. So if you're ready, guys, to have some fun, and guys, enjoy the podcast, everybody. Let's start with our first news. Happy to read this first part of the news since I'm a humongous Phineas and Ferb fan. The co-creator named Jeff Swampy Marsh is returning for the Disney Plus revival of Phineas and Ferb Revival, which I'm very happy to say. The second part of the news, Rob Marshall has revealed Ariel has a new song in the Little Mermaid remake, which I did watch the trailer. I'm surprisingly excited for it. Titled For the First Time. It's about her experiences the moment she hits land. And this is what he said in quote, "We needed to create a number that could almost work as a montage." Looking forward to that one. Number 3, Keanu Reeves confirms he will cameo as John Wick in the spin-off Ballerina starring Ana de Armas, which I'm happy to say that I have finished my John Wick movie, so we can go see John Wick 4 next Friday. Cannot wait to see it.
I'm still gonna watch them this week.
You need to. It's the action.
Really, really
the action
good.
is phenomenal. It's so good.
One of the guys just died.
Yeah, Lance Reddick, rest in peace.
Yes, yeah. Very, very talented actor. All right, number 4. Chad Stahelski says they are going to give the John Wick films a rest after the 4th film releases. He says, unquote, "I'm sure the studio has a plan. If everyone loves it and goes kooky, then we'll take a quiet minute." Number 5, Wicked Part 1, which I think has been in development hell since dinosaurs were dead. Starring Ariana Grande and Cynthia Oberio, has been moved up to November 27, 2024. They've been trying to get this movie to be released for many, many months and years.
It's taken a while.
Yeah, and my brother and sister loves Broadway musicals, so I know
Flash
they're...
has been, what, 9 years?
Dude, Flash has been a lot longer. With the current team, it's been about 9 years. But
Yeah.
it's been trying. It's been trying since like the mid '90s.
Yeah, but honestly, I'm very curious because I'm excited, but also I'm cautious. So this could be either good or it's actually going to be really bad. Cats 2019. Ugh. All right, number 6. My girl, Vanessa Hudgens from High School Musical, will return for Bad Boys 4. Since Bad Boys 3 was a humongous success, we're going to get a 4th Bad Boys movie. So,
I still haven't seen 3.
well, I haven't seen any of the Bad Boys movies at all, which I need to, though, because I do love action. All right, number 7. Quentin Tarantino is preparing to direct his final film, and this will be his final film, called The Movie Critic, which will follow a female lead in the late 1970s Los Angeles, and filming will begin this fall. And Demi Lovato, one of my favorite singers, and also my girlfriend's favorite singer, she loves Demi Lovato, is going to co-direct a documentary about child stardom for Hulu. The documentary will focus on the highs and lows of child stardom. Lovato will share their own experiences, and the doc will also feature interviews with other child stars. Now, Demi Lovato has already done a documentary before on YouTube, and it's fascinating. Go check it out. It's a fantastic documentary. My buddy Paul, you go ahead and you do the rest of this one, 9 through 15. Take it away.
Alrighty. Number 9. Denzel Washington is in talks to star in Gladiator 2 alongside Paul Mescal and Barry, oh Lord Almighty,
Keoghan,
Keoghan, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds right.
who was also the Joker in the Batman.
Yes.
What? No. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I heard you say that, and my immediate thought was like, Paul Dano was the Riddler. I don't know. My brain short circuited. Damn.
Number 10, Robert Rodriguez's crime thriller Hypnotic, starring Ben Affleck, releases May 12th in theaters. The action thriller follows a detective who is entangled in a mystery involving his missing daughter and a secret government program, which has 1000% never been done before.
I was like, wait a second. Yeah, it has.
I want to be excited for it, but May 12th? That's pretty quick. Where's the marketing? That's what I want to know, but we'll get to the comments a little bit later for that one. All right, go ahead.
11, Jack Black has been cast in Dear Satan? Santa. I'm dyslexic, motherfucker.
Oh, don't worry. Keep reading it. No, I'm being serious. Keep reading it.
Jack Black has been cast in Dear Santa with Bobby
Fairly.
set to direct. The movie follows a young boy who, in writing his letter to Santa, mixes up his letters and sends it to Satan instead.
That's why I told you to keep reading. I was like, wow. He hit the premise right on the head right off the bat. I was like, holy crap.
Unbelievable. Paul's on fire.
Apparently, I'm not the only one, according to that news.
Yeah.
All right,
Number 12.
Here we go.
Sympathy for the Devil, which is ironic after that whole. Number 12, Sympathy for the Devil, starring Nicolas Cage and Joel Kinnaman, releases on July 28th in theaters. The psychological thriller follows the driver, who finds himself in a high-stakes cat and mouse game after being forced to drive a mysterious man, the passenger.
That sounds good.
That does sound good.
I
Absolutely.
think Joel Kinnaman is going to be the driver and Nicolas Cage is going to be the passenger.
It's gotta be.
That sounds like
that
the
would make
casting.
so much sense.
Nicolas Cage is the crazy one. So
Yeah, no, for sure.
Number 13, Eli Roth's slasher film Thanksgiving, starring Addison Rae. Ooh, I didn't know she was in horror. And Patrick Dempsey has begun filming. That's going to be good.
Ooh,
Oh, great. Turkey Day is a horror movie. Lovely.
I
It's
like this
happened
next
before. It's just
The
this
turkey is not the only thing being carved.
Well, yeah. That goes to the pigs.
Number
one's exciting.
14, Daisy Edgar Jones has been cast in Lee Isaac Chung's Twister sequel, Twisters.
I'm cautiously optimistic.
I know you are, because Twister is your all-time favorite
It's
movie.
one of my favorite,
With
yeah.
Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Yeah, it's in my top 6, I think.
How do you feel about the sequel name?
That's
Twisters.
okay. I'm just really concerned that Bill's not
Cheesy.
in it.
Yeah, I was going to say, when I saw that piece of news, I was like, man, that's... I feel like this is kind of on the nose for a sequel.
It should have been one and done. The story ended with the original.
Yeah.
That's true. All
And
right.
it's like 30 years later almost.
I mean, hey, hocus pocus.
I personally love Hocus Pocus, too.
Never seen it.
I still need to
It's fun.
rewatch. I still need to watch like the first half of the movie. I walked in like
Oh.
halfway through it. The one time
Number
I watched it.
15, Anne Hathaway will star in an 80s dinosaur movie directed by David Robert Mitchell that will be shot in IMAX. J.J. Abrams' Bad Reboot
Robot.
Robot is producing the film for Warner Bros.
I'm
And
excited
halfway in
about
a
that.
dinosaur movie, okay.
I'm excited about it.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
that's quite interesting there. I mean, 65 was fun, but the question is, can we get at least another good dinosaur movie besides Jurassic Park? We shall see.
Well, I think that the one critical flaw of 65 was the fact that there were only 2 people on screen.
That's true.
And there was like
that
no
most-
marketing.
Well, there was no marketing. There wasn't a whole lot of dialogue between the 2 characters,
True.
which a movie doesn't have to.
You know what
rely
people
on
said? They
dialogue,
said
but-
people said it's The Last of Us with dinosaurs. That's what a lot of people said. Which I was
I can
like,
see
wow, I can kind of see that.
Which of these was I doing?
You were doing
go all the way through 7. I'll do 8, 9, 10. Don't, and then we'll do 11 later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. So.
all right, Matthew, take it away.
When am I doing
1
the
through
monk
7, you
news?
said?
Yeah, do 1 through 7. I'll
Okay.
pick it.
What, Paul?
When am I doing the monk news?
You could do it now, I guess.
Okay.
Do it.
I didn't know if I was supposed to say that on the tail end of my news or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
go
Go
for
for
it.
it, go
gotcha.
for it.
That's all right.
Okay, so there was a TV show years ago from 2002 to 2009 which I can't believe that I am now old enough to say that was several years ago. It was called Monk, and it followed a detective with OCD. And it was just an absolutely brilliant show. Tony Shalhoub did an amazing job. Ted Levine, Traylor Howard, the whole cast was amazing. They, at one point, had tried to do a Monk movie, and it never happened. However, it has been announced for Peacock, a 90-minute Monk movie is starting filming in May. And Matthew's laughing for some unknown reason that I'm sure has nothing to do with anything I actually said.
Exactly. You'll find out later when you listen to this.
I really don't want to know later.
You'll find out when you hear it.
I don't know. I don't like that anxiety.
But going to the subject, Monk was that was a huge TV show. I always keep seeing the box set of Monk over at the Goodwill store. I keep seeing it many times, and I would just think to myself, dang, Monk must be a very big show when I was around.
I pranked you for a second. I turned your treble all the way up so you have a high-pitched voice for a second.
I'll remember that.
And I can just hear the people asking, what are you guys talking about? You don't want to know.
I didn't, Matthew. I didn't realize what you had done until like halfway through what John was saying, and then as soon as it clicked with me, that's all I could think about.
I told you I was gonna do that.
I know. I totally forgot.
I'll remember that, Matthew.
Okay.
And I
Don't
will
we have
find
a
you.
blast here on the podcast? Yes, we do.
Amy Pascal says Across the Spider-Verse is a love story between Miles and Gwen.
Yeah, all right. Rough stories for me.
Part 2 is going to be a breakup story.
Oh, Beyond the Spider-Verse?
No.
Probably.
Oh, no, they're not bad. I'll be
Dwayne Johnson on the reaction of Black Adam. Our audience score was in the 90s. Critics took a couple of shots. That's just the business of it, though.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, he's right.
I agree.
He's right.
Absolutely.
Marvel has asked a federal district court to issue a subpoena to compel Reddit to identify the individuals responsible in leaking the Ant-Man the Wasp script on the Marvel Studios spoiler thread on Reddit.
I don't know. I feel like at that point you should just be like,
It's
take down
happened
the
with
entire
DC's.
Reddit.
Well, it's happened to DC several times
Yeah.
on the DC leaks.
I just...
Oh, boy.
I don't want to get on another topic of leak culture. I'm
I know.
going to shut my mouth. I go on for 20 minutes about it.
Yeah.
I think we did last week.
Yeah, we did. But it always pisses me off, so anytime it comes up.
James Gunn is officially directing Superman Legacy.
Nice.
Gunn says he is directing a new Superman movie because I saw a way in many ways, centering around Superman's heritage. How both his aristocratic Kryptonian parents and his Kansas farmer parents inform who he is and the choices he makes.
He actually shared a little anecdote along with that.
Yeah, about his dad's birthday.
Yeah, the release date for Superman Legacy is on his dad's birthday.
Who died a couple years ago.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was really touching.
A Mephisto special for Disney Plus, starring Sacha Baron Cohen, is rumored to be currently filming.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Oh, come on.
I'll give him an
You don't
opportunity.
get any chance for Disney Plus.
He's one of those He's one of those people where he's always casting a role that messes with people. Always.
I'll start singing Striper. To hell with the devil.
I'm suddenly glad I have hearing loss.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
In a recent interview, Ben Affleck says he won't be directing this DC film. I have nothing against James Gunn. Nice guy. Sure, he's going to do a great job. I just wouldn't want to go in and direct in the way they're doing that.
That's sad.
In the same interview, Ben Affleck says the Justice League reshoots was the worst experience I've ever seen in a business.
Yep.
Which is full of some really crappy experiences. I just thought, this isn't the life I want. My kids aren't here. I'm miserable.
Well, that is so true, because we all know how they really rushed the Justice League in those movies, which I can't believe I realized that after watching the DC movies.
We'll get into that more later
Yep.
when we do our DC stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll also come into play when we discuss 11 later.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan. What do you get? What do you got for the rest of the news? Go right ahead.
So, number 8, Theo Rossi, known from Netflix's Daredevil as Shades, has been cast in the Penguin series for HBO Max.
Man, I'm so excited for this show.
Yeah, it's shaping up to look really good.
It's got. I have no clue how to pronounce her name, so I'm not even going to try it. But she plays Christian on my favorite show, The Expanse. And she's going to be in the Penguin show also.
Woo! I like it.
Okay.
Nice.
She plays like the Secretary General of Earth on The Expanse. Really cold-hearted. And she's vicious.
Okay.
You sold me. God.
Kind of like Amanda Waller.
Okay, I see it. All right.
Okay. Ninth topic. I read this on Facebook. I was like, whoa. And what would that be doing?
Yeah. So Tom Cruise asked David Zaslav if he could watch The Flash, and he loved it. Tom Cruise said, called Andy Muschietti to tell him this is the kind of movie we need now.
I am getting anxious.
I'm really. I've been vocal before about how I was really hesitant about the movie with everything that's been going on, but man, I'm really excited now.
If it's the one we need, but is it the one we deserve?
Well, yeah.
It's in the bank. 10 sprays at least.
That was another pun. Boy, he's on a roll.
At least 10. At least 10 in the bank now. Next episode, you're getting them.
You give it to me, and we'll both do it. We'll spray
Holy
it.
crap. Everybody's going to get sprayed at least twice.
I haven't done one pun in this entire podcast. Not one.
I think I got one, and it was in the first episode. Ever since, I've been pretty clean.
All right.
So
You'll be really clean if you spray water on yourself every time you get a pen.
Paul gets a pass. Paul gets a pass. Matthew, you don't. Paul gets a pass.
Oh, good.
All right, number 10.
For the last piece of the superhero news, Steven Yeun confirms that he will star in the Thunderbolts, and he has been quoted as saying the intentions of the particular character that they wanted me to play were very clear, and that's what drew me to the film. I still think that's going to be the Sentry. I'm still of that cast because that's a big role, or that's going to be a big role in the movie, and this is a big casting. Like I know for a lot of people it wouldn't be, but
He's
this
too
is
tiny.
I know, but he could probably work out because Paul Rudd wasn't in shape for Ant-Man.
Okay.
But then going into Ant-Man, he got super cut, and they had to cut stuff from his costume to make him.
If the thing we talk about later isn't happening, the Elseworlds thing, I'd say Henry Cavill should play Sentry. It's the only logical thing.
That's who I was fan casting too. But I love Steven Yeun too much, and I'd fucking love to see him take on the Sentry.
Okay.
I mean, if they're going to throw him into the MCU, I think that it should be a bigger role.
Yeah.
And especially since the fact that they've said that whatever role that they were considering him for was going to go for the future of the MCU. That also helps me think that it's the Sentry.
Yeah.
Like, that's too big of a character to just throw.
Henry Cavill in DC, Henry Cavill in Marvel. That would be interesting.
Wouldn't be the first time it's happened.
It's true.
That's true, because both actors was in DC and Marvel, and
Chris Evans was, Michelle Pfeiffer was,
yeah.
Ben Affleck.
Ben Affleck, yep.
We don't
Ben
really
Affleck
talk
was
about
very
the 2003
Ben
movies too much,
Affleck
but-
very mixed. Yeah, Ben Affleck very mixed. Bad as Daredevil, but great as Batman.
It was a decent movie.
It was okay. It's not as bad as people remember it to be.
Exactly.
I'll say that.
Okay.
Rounding up the news with the sci-fi news. Number 1, Jacqueline West teases that in Dune Part 2, you quote unquote, you really dive into the different worlds of Dune. We see what the Emperor's world looks like. We spent a lot of time on Gaidi Prime,
Yeah.
the Harkonnen planet. We spent a lot of time in Vladimir Harkonnen's world.
Okay.
I've said it before, I wasn't the biggest fan of Dune. Still a great movie, but I don't know.
Well,
I'm not super excited about that
maybe
news, but I know that there are plenty of people that are.
maybe Dune 2 will get your expectations. It'll be like it's better than the first one.
I'm really hoping.
We'll see what happens. And I am planning to go see it on a Thursday night with you, Matthew. I'm planning to go see Dune Part 2 with you.
Yeah, I'm going Thursday night for that. 'Cause it's on my birthday then.
Maybe. I might go. I'm just not super excited about it. I've never been super into Dune. No,
We'll see what happens.
critique of Dennis Villeneuve aside, I'm not a big fan of him. But I'll watch it.
Dune and Rebel Moon are two of my most anticipated movies of the year.
I'm more excited about Rebel Moon than Dune.
They're both going to be good.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm having a premiere showing for Rebel Moon here since it comes out on Netflix originally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
Zack
Friday night.
Snyder's directors of science fiction returns.
It's
It was supposed to
good.
be. It was originally a scrap Star Wars. He originally wrote it as a Star Wars movie.
Really?
Disney-
Okay.
Yeah.
Disney decided it was too adult when they bought Disney or bought Star Wars. So he reworked.
Oh gosh!
He reworked
Of
everything and
course,
made it.
Disney thought it was too adult, and now you guys own Deadpool. You happy?
But he originally started in like 2009. It was like Black Adam with The Rock.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting. Okay.
Number 2, James Podeswa
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Very good.
of Game of Thrones and True Detective fame will direct the pilot for Blade Runner 2099 for Amazon. Number 3, I'm actually really excited about this. A new Doctor Who spin-off series is in the works, which will focus on Gemma Redgrave's character in the Military Research Organization unit.
Interesting.
I fell out of Doctor Who these last few seasons, like the last Peter Capaldi season, and then all of Jodie Whittaker. I fully fell out.
It ran through like 5 or 6 different decades, hasn't it? It came out in the 60s?
It's been going for a long
Oh,
time.
man.
Yeah, it's almost to its 60. I think that this year is its 60th anniversary. I think.
Science fiction version of James Bond. It was back in the 60s, and then just like James Bond, it started in the 60s. Man.
Well, I mean, just
How
like
things
James Bond, it's
has
also a
how
bunch
things
of
has
people carrying the
changed.
same
How things has
title.
changed in the entertainment industry. Man.
Yeah, it's
It's also British too.
also British.
That's
too,
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. It is.
Well, the third Doctor especially was James Bondish.
Oh, okay.
He was. Yeah,
That
he was a man on a
that
mission.
actually makes a lot more sense.
For number 4, I wasn't sure whether to lump this into horror or sci-fi because it's kind of one of both. But Andrew Garfield, Oscar Isaac, and Mia Goth are all in talks to star in Guillermo del Toro's Frankenstein movie at Netflix.
That sounds like a good cast. Yeah,
I'm
good movie.
very excited.
That sounds
about
so good.
You have Frankenstein, classic horror character,
it. Yeah.
and you have Guillermo del Toro. It's going to be fucked up, and it's going to be
it's gonna
amazing.
be
Andrew
brilliant.
Garfield.
Mhm.
And I actually
don't throw any shade on Mia Goth either.
I was
Mia
gonna
Goth is
say-
one hell of an
I
actress.
was-
She's
I was
brilliant.
going to say, forget Andrew Garfield for a minute. Mia Goth has been on a roll with X,
Yeah.
Pearl,
I've never
the
seen any of
upcoming
those, so-
Maxine movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's amazing.
Yeah.
She really is.
Yeah, and by the way, Paul, the Guillermo Toro's Pinocchio. If you haven't watched it on Netflix, it's an amazing animated movie. It won an Oscar for Best Animated Feature. It's
I
that
haven't
great of
checked
a
it out
movie.
yet.
It may be a kids' movie, but there's some dark material in the movie. But I find it very interesting. So
Animation
check it out
is
sometime.
for
Of course there
everybody.
is.
So check it out sometime. It's great.
Let's get that clear right now. Animation is not just for children.
Yeah.
That's
Holy-
true.
holy crap.
Sadly, it's
Cough,
true.
cough, sausage party.
Cough, cough, Harley Quinn.
Well, a lot of adults are getting onto the Bluey train.
The what?
There's a. I will say it's not a kid show because it's animated. It's just a kid show because it's a fucking kid show. But there's this show you can find it on Disney Plus, and it's called Bluey, and it's about a bunch of anthropomorphic animals like dogs, where they just a lot of great life lessons and stuff like that, and they're all like shorter episodes. Like I'm pretty sure that if it were a 20-minute episode, it would be split in 2 halves. I'm not sure if it is. No, it scratches a lot of people's brains. A lot of people like it, especially a lot of people of our age.
Huh.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, animation's for everybody.
Absolutely.
Like that's there's no discourse there. That's just the point blank period of it. Just
Okay.
listen to Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. Okay, number 5. I am actually a little cautious on number 5. I wish go right ahead.
I'll get my comment after I get it out. A 9-hour cut of Avatar 3 is rumored to be turned into a limited series for Disney Plus that could release after the release of the theatrical cut in 2024. I don't know. I feel like at that point you might as well just put the entire thing out in theaters in 2 parts. At that point, because nobody's going to sit down for a 9-hour movie.
Right.
Nobody's going to
Oh,
do that.
absolutely
there are
not.
people that are
Nope.
dedicated to franchises. Like, I could probably sit down for a 9-hour Star Wars thing.
Yeah.
I probably could. I won't say for sure, but like,
Separate into the length of the Snyder Cut and just do 2.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like
If
there's
someone could sit through the extended cuts to Lord of the Rings, they could do 2 of those.
right. I don't know. I feel like they could do that. Like Hateful Eight, they had to split in half because of the reels,
Yeah.
and that was also not a very short movie. So
the extended cut's only on Netflix though, which stinks.
yeah,
Because I wanted to buy the Blu-ray when I bought the Blu-ray, the extended cut. I only bought the
Right, yeah.
yeah.
I still haven't watched it yet though.
Hateful Eight,
Yeah.
watch it. I really liked it.
I
A lot of
like-
people don't, and I don't get it.
I like Django Unchained. That was really good.
Yeah, it's definitely up that alley.
Yeah.
It's really good. I like it. I recommend it. Yeah, I don't know. If they do that, that would be the smart thing. But I just don't see the point of releasing 2 cuts within a short period.
I definitely prefer an Avatar TV show than seeing another Avatar movie in theaters. Don't get me wrong, Avatar 2 was great, but it's not Best Picture worthy. Because even though it was great,
fighting words.
well, I'm sorry, the Batman was clearly the better movie. It was clearly the better movie.
I disagree.
Of course you
You'd rather
do.
have Avatar than
Ooh,
Batman?
Discord.
Yes, and
Oh.
you know how much I don't like the Avatar movies.
Oh. Okay.
Man,
But the
Whoa,
reason being,
okay.
that's
the reason being is because I want to see more done in the Batman 2.
okay. So if they the more that they flesh it out, would you change your ranking later between the two?
Possibly.
Okay.
That
Interesting.
being said,
Okay.
Yeah, I get that.
for Avatar 3, I'm interested to see how they handle it, because if there's a 9-hour cut, first off, no movie needs to be 9 hours.
No,
Absolutely not. No.
3 hours is really pushing it. I know Matthew might disagree a little bit.
Well, I'll disagree because of the Lord of the Rings cuts. But
And
even
the
then,
Snyder
it's
Cut.
well, and the Snyder cut. Yeah, even then, Return of the King, the extended edition, only came out to be 4 hours 26 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, only.
Yeah. Well, in comparison
It
to a
goes
9-hour
by
cut,
fast.
like
I would
It
say
goes by
it's half
so
the time.
fast if you watch the 4-hour cut.
gladly
Yeah.
take a 3-hour movie over a 9-hour movie.
Yeah, no, me
But-
too.
That's true. Absolutely.
I'm very eager to see what they actually do with Avatar 3. First one I did not like. Second one was okay. Third one, we'll see. It's almost like they're doing the Avatar, like the original, like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It's almost like they're doing that, but live action and blue people. So
I would kind of disagree there because you don't see Jake Sully winging around rocks or like throwing
not
flames.
yet. Not yet.
Not yet. Well, the next one is supposed to deal with fire people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Case and point.
Okay, you know what? You got me there. The fourth one's going to be about air people.
The fourth one, I think they're going to Earth.
I would have.
I heard something about they're going to Earth in the fourth one.
Okay, I'll be fine with Earth in the fourth one if we classify the first one as air.
Yeah.
If we do that, okay, his Avatar theory sticks out.
And
I'm going to keep an eye on it though.
apparently, the third one, the fire people are going to be like aggressive.
Yeah.
They're going to be like bad avatars.
Fire Nation attacked.
And then Jack Sully vanished.
Okay.
For
All right.
100
Last of the sci-fi news.
I actually like this piece because John Boyega has talked more about Star Wars recently, and more in a positive light, for a lot of reasons. Which, if you don't know why John Boyega wouldn't be talking about it in a positive light, do the research, because there's definitely a lot of opinions that can be formulated based off of it. But John Boyega recently reflected on his Star Wars experience, saying, "For me, Star Wars has made the man, in a sense. In the experiences, the fun times, good times, ugly times, bad times, it makes you who you are as you navigate through the industry."
Absolutely.
And I feel like that's something that not a lot of people in the industry speak about, is how they
Go listen to
develop-
episode 5 of Dylan's Rant. It's hilarious. Go check it out. But
Spoiler alert, I didn't talk about John Boyega once during my rant. Nothing wrong with that man, I swear. I have nothing bad to say about him.
yeah,
I didn't rant about him, I swear.
we enjoyed the sequel trilogy. Matthew,
We
on the
enjoyed
other hand, said The Last Jedi is a movie that ruins films. Screw you, man.
I agree with Matthew.
Well,
Just something
There's
bad
never
about
been
Solo.
a bigger divide across this table.
exactly.
Just bad stuff about Solo.
Hold on, I gotta point it away before I blast the audience.
Too late.
I'm adding 5 to the bank for that. Every bad
What?
solo
Another
comment.
pun?
No, it wasn't even a pun. That's just a punishment. That's a punishment.
Punishment?
Whatever. I changed my mind. Paul gets 1 in the bank. Paul gets 1 in the bank for that one.
So long as it's a 50 or 100 in the bank, I'm good.
Well,
In our future episode, we will get back to our controversial ranking to why Matthew is wrong on The Last Jedi and Solo after we talk about The Mandalorian as a whole. Well, when we talk about the whole Mandalorian, but that I digress.
the next Star Wars episode that we do, where we're going to be doing a lot of discourse like that.
Oh yeah.
I'm just going to say it right now. I'm probably going to put out like a little mini episode saying the news so that it can all be fighting.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Let's do
holy
it.
shit.
Let's do it.
There was not enough time for us to talk about Star Wars last time.
No, there wasn't. So we forgot to do any new movies we'd seen this week. I
I'll
watched The Hangover for
do
the
mine after Paul does his review.
Okay.
You guys can do yours, but I'm going to do because I have a spoiler for my little surprise
Right.
review in mine.
I seen The Hangover for the first time this week.
What'd you think?
It was okay. I mean, I laughed, but
You laughed throughout the whole movie.
I gave it a
Till
3 out of
John
5.
You still laughed throughout the entire movie.
I gave it a 3 out of 5.
I watched Indiana Jones Temple of Doom. Loved it.
That's my favorite. Of all four.
Yeah, it's great.
I love
John Wick 2, John Wick 3. I watched another DC movie, but we'll talk about that in our
Obviously, yeah.
DCEU rankings. And of course, we got to go see the new Shazam movie, which we'll get to that also. But yeah, Indiana Jones. I'm getting more excited to watch more of the Indiana Jones film when Indiana Jones 5 comes out.
What do you think of Temple of Doom? Because there are a lot.
Oh,
of
I
people
loved
that
it.
don't
It
like
was
Temple of Doom.
great. I loved it. And yes, it's definitely dark. Did you know this movie was actually invented PG-13? When Steven Spielberg, when he directed the film, he said that this movie should have been PG-13. And so, thank you, Steven Spielberg, for creating PG-13 because of Temple of Doom.
I didn't realize that was the one that created it.
It was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was.
I didn't know that either.
It is. I read the information, and it did, according to the information, Steven Spielberg said that the MPAA should put out PG-13 because PG is not a high rating enough for Temple of Doom because it's so dark.
Well, like there were flayed human skins. Like, all throughout the movie. So I don't blame him. I don't blame him for being like, no, you need to rate this higher than you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that was a problem back then, is you either had PG or R.
Yeah.
And
That's the reason why Ghostbusters was rated PG.
Yeah.
And yet,
that
for-
movie should
and
have
yet-
been PG-13.
and yet, for some reason, nudity could get a PG rating.
It could
It's
back
so
then,
weird.
Yeah.
So
could-
weird.
it could back then, now it can't. But,
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
now it gets you, what, 17?
no R.
Oh, I was thinking video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I didn't know that.
With
That's
rare
surprising.
exceptions.
Yeah.
I actually have a little history fact here since we mentioned the ratings.
Yeah.
First movie to be rated PG-13 was Red Dawn with Patrick
That's what I
Swayze.
thought.
It was the very first movie that the MPAA, the Motion Picture Association of America, rated PG-13. It was the
I
very
knew
first.
it wasn't Temple of Doom.
Well, maybe what that is that Steven Spielberg convinced them to do PG-13. He just didn't get the movie out late enough for it to be PG-13.
I was going to say, I think
That's
The
probably
Last
what it
Crusade
was.
was the first PG-13 Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
I personally thought Red Dawn was rated R. That's what I thought.
Red Dawn's PG-13.
Okay, then
Both versions.
then that means I should probably watch it then. I mean, I hope it's good. I hope I liked it.
Yeah, it's good. I like the remake better, actually, which is surprising.
Really?
I haven't seen the
Interesting. Okay.
It was
I haven't seen the
okay.
classic
It was very 80s, though.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Oh, no shit.
all you have to know, all you have to do to realize that without watching the movie is watch Hot Tub Time Machine.
Oh.
That's all you have to do. That's the only way that I really learned about that movie was through Hot Tub Time Machine. It was that in South Park. Well, because they have an episode called Grey Dawn, where elderly people descend from the sky to take over South Park.
Why does that
what
sound more
episode.
entertaining than Red Dawn? I'm just kidding. I love Red Dawn. Just
Okay.
for the record.
And there's plenty of PG-13 movies that I actually love. So anyway, So yeah, Paul, we got a chance to review Scream 6, but I know that you weren't there for that night.
Yeah.
Back. You guys can keep
But
going.
tell
I
us,
drop a nuke?
but tell us, Paul, what did you think of Scream 6, and how would you rank on the Scream movies in general?
Okay. Ooh, there's a lot to dig in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, man,
There's a
that
lot.
plot twist at the end, I was completely confused, and those 3 words were "I give up." Those were my 3 words.
Okay, so for my review, I'm going to include a lot of spoilers because at this point I'm certain
the
that
movie's
people
been
have
out
already
for a
seen
week,
it.
and we spoiled it last.
Yeah.
Yep, yes, we did.
So-
we'll just say spoiler alert again if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, so first thing I want to comment on with Scream 6 is a lot of the criticism for Scream 5 was based on Melissa Barrera's acting, and some people didn't feel that she was really portraying the emotions properly. So there was some criticism on her acting in Scream 5. I think that anybody who did not like her in Scream 5 will love her in Scream 6. She did phenomenal from start to finish.
Yes, she did.
Yeah.
I honestly, and I love Jenna Ortega.
Yeah.
She's definitely the future of horror.
Yes, absolutely.
But Melissa Barrera was the standout for that reason in this movie. For me, one of the standouts. There's definitely some more. So that's note number 1. Melissa Barrera did fantastic. Jenna Ortega also did amazing. I found it fascinating to see her in a Scream movie where she's not constantly in a wheelchair. Because in Scream 5, for most of it, she was not able to actually stand and move around,
Yeah.
aside from the opening scene. And you could argue the
Closing.
the third act as well.
Yeah.
But for most of the movie, she was either in a hospital bed or in a wheelchair. So to see her, put her skills to even better use was really cool. Jenna Ortega did very good in this movie. So that's note number 2. Note number 3, Dermot Mulroney. I knew whenever they announced him that he was going to be Ghostface. There was no way around it. He is too good of a villain to not be Ghostface in a Scream movie. I was definitely shocked with how they made him Ghostface, because I was with the bandwagon of Stu being more ingrained in Scream 6.
Mhm.
So I really thought that maybe he was going to be like Stu's brother, maybe somehow related to Stu.
Yeah.
I didn't see him being related or literally being the father of Richie. That was a nice twist, and I wasn't necessarily the biggest fan of the Richie character. However, I love Jack Quaid, and so the fact that they had him so ingrained in Scream 6
Yeah.
was really cool to see. I definitely think that focusing on Richie was definitely it was the right choice.
Yeah, absolutely.
I liked that better than I would have liked the connection to Stu, I think. That being said, this is my favorite of the sequels for many, 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 many reasons.
Yeah.
I think
And
overall,
I thought it was 2, but then 6 bumped it up for me.
Yeah, 6 went hard.
I think for me, you could really see just how dangerous that Ghostface is. And part of that, of course, is because the primary Ghostface was literally a detective.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
you could see some of that, police training for sure, especially the bodega scene. Oh my God. The apartment scene. My personal favorite scene in the movie, it's the second half of the third act, where we can see Sam going psycho. You can see it building up throughout the entire movie. And then that moment, whenever Liana Liberato's character has Sam by the throat with the knife, right?
Yeah.
You can kind of see that switch. And kudos to Melissa Barrera for capturing that in that moment so perfectly. You could see that switch where she's going to kill somebody.
Yeah.
You can see that.
Quinn's
from
even
that.
like, there it is type thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. But she didn't even need to say that for you to notice that.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, you could see it in her eyes.
But nevertheless, from that moment on, was just a Scream fanboy's dream.
Yeah.
And, you know, whenever we see Tara killing, or quote unquote killing Ethan, I love that line, "You're gonna die a virgin." That was amazing. That whole scene, they really played that well in the trailer, where you think that, I honestly thought, are they making Tara one of the killers? Because the look in her eye as she's looking at Sam, they give no context for in the trailer. So it's like, okay, something's up here. Of course, we know now what that was.
Yeah.
I think Sam shooting Quinn in the head, that shows a lot of smarts after surviving Scream 5.
Yeah.
Knowing that she has to shoot her in the head. There's no point in even trying anything else. But then we get to the final Ghostface kill, which is ironically Ghostface killing Ghostface.
Yeah.
And yes, I do consider Sam a Ghostface in Scream 5 because she had the outfit on and she killed somebody. That's all my criteria for being a Ghostface in the movie. Nevertheless, the way that she just stabbed the living piss out of Detective Bailey, I think that we're going to see more of that in Scream 7.
Yeah.
I'm really 50-50 on if Sam is going to be a villain. I think they could go that route, but I think that doing it in 7 would be a mistake.
Well, we had we talked a little bit about that last episode, where we were wondering if it would be Hunter becoming the hunted, like where she ends up going after these killers and going after Ghostface,
like a Punisher type thing.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah, that was my initial thought. Like she becomes like a Punisher type, hunting hunting just any manner of serial killer throughout the country. And then my initial thought was, at the end, Stu shows up, like Thanos at the end of Avengers' final Do It Myself, and he's the main villain for 8.
I wouldn't do it that way.
I think it's possible, though, I'm saying.
I still would not do it that way. Because the horror fan base is significantly different than the superhero fan base. And the movies are structured entirely differently.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would prefer it if they don't go the Thanos route.
That would piss off too many people.
The biggest reason right there is the fact that it's so different. But it's... I made the comment last week where this movie was so well done, including the connection to everything else in the universe, like everything that's come so far.
The fact that they acknowledged Roman finally was amazing. Yeah. Roman is underrated as a Ghostface. I'm just saying that.
No, for sure. He was doing all that shit by himself. Like, he was the only guy. I
disagree. I think that he had a partner, but of course, in the actual franchise, we don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think that might be something that they end up throwing at us, is that he wasn't the only one. Like, maybe
it was definitely Angelina Tyler. It was definitely her, if I'm saying her character name, if I'm saying the right.
The fake Sydney.
Yeah, the fake Sydney. It was definitely her. If there was a second one.
All right, so out of 10, what would you give it?
Do what?
So out of 10 for Scream 6, what would you give it?
Out of 10.
10 out of 10, 9 out of 10.
You can do it out of 5 if you want.
Or 5 stars. You can do it. You can do whatever you want.
Well, I mean, either way, it's going to be
a maximum.
It's pretty much a maximum. It's definitely the best of the sequels.
Yeah.
I wish that Quinn wouldn't have been a killer, because I want to see more of Quinn. But because she was such a good character. She was a really good character, and kudos to Liana Liberato for pulling that off so well. Annika was definitely going to be killed off either way. So, unfortunately, that one was a little bit predictable. Nevertheless, I would give Scream 6. I'd give it a 5 out of 5. 10 out of 10.
Annika pretty much had a target on her back.
Oh yeah,
like you could tell just as soon as
definitely one of the best movies of the year. Absolutely. I mean, let me tell you, March has been a really good month for movies. And
next week we get our rank all our movies for the year so far. So
speaking of ranking movies, I'm ranking the Scream movies, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So, and now that I've seen Scream 6 in theaters a few times, a few times,
3.
Sue me. I'm seeing it more.
Oh, more than 3?
Yes. So anyway, number 1 is going to be the first Scream movie.
Okay.
Number 2, very, 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 very close, is Scream 6.
Yes.
Okay.
And it is very close. I think the only thing that might have made the difference in making Scream 6 my favorite Scream movie probably would have been if there was a killer that got away.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay.
Which is still possible.
Yeah.
It is still possible because there's a lot they did different with Scream 6. I mean,
Yes.
the fact that they had a ghost face reveal in the opening scene. The fact that there was more than 2, period. You know, there was... If you go by my ghost face standards, there was 5 that we actually saw. So I still think there could have been a ghost face that got away that we just don't know about.
Ethan.
No, he's dead.
He's
He's dead.
I don't remember what happened to him.
He got the stew treatment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks to your honey.
Okay.
Let's face it, Kirby was also a standout. She
Yeah.
was amazing.
Yeah, that's true.
And the fact that she came back to acting, I couldn't tell that she had ever went away.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
She is so good.
Sorry, I didn't want to interrupt your ranking. I actually read that she had the least amount of screen time of every other character in the movie.
That is true.
Yeah,
Interesting.
It didn't really feel like it.
No.
But that's how well that they paced it.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I love this movie so much is they paced it so
They
much
sure
better.
did. Yeah, they did.
They paced it perfectly.
All right. So let me
anyway.
guess my third. Your third.
Okay.
Scream 4,
No.
Scream 5,
No.
Scream 2.
Yes.
So you
First try.
So you actually wait a minute. So you love Scream 2 more than Scream 4, but on your movie rankings when we did episode 1, you had Scream 1 and Scream 4.
That is true. However, after rewatching, it has changed a little bit.
I was going to say, didn't you rewatch it like 3 times before the premiere?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
I want to make sure that it's fresh in my mind, okay?
Okay.
So anywho, so Scream 1, Scream 6, and then Scream 2. Partially because of the Mickey character. I really like Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah.
He was so good in that movie. And I just simply, like, the reason I ranked it so low before was because I didn't watch it enough.
Solo.
We're not going to talk about
We're
Solo.
not gonna get to that.
We're not going to
20
talk
in the
about
bank
trash.
now.
We're gonna ignore that I said that because I don't want to get yelled at.
I'm not the only one.
Why is he death staring Matthew? Is what I'd like to know.
I don't know. I think we call it trash.
I
Oh,
know.
did I say that out loud?
Yes, you did.
It's okay.
25.
So anyway, now after Scream 2 is gonna be Scream 4.
Okay.
Scream 4. I've always loved Scream 4. It was actually the first Scream movie that I ever watched.
Yes. I
So
remember that.
it's always going to have that special place in my heart. I also, and I know that this is a controversial opinion, I love the Ghostface reveal. I think that whenever we see Joe Roberts taking off the mask, I think that that's an iconic moment.
That's true.
Because, you know, you do not suspect her. As far as you know, she's gotten away. However, that's where I kind of got it wrong, is, you know, she is clearly no longer there, so she should therefore become a prime suspect. Nevertheless, I love Scream 4. Next up is going to be Scream 5.
That's funny because number 6 was Scream 3 for me. 5 was Scream 5. And number 4 was actually Scream 4. So I actually got those first 3 actually correct, actually.
Scream 5 is... I really like it. I think that there are some things that I would have done differently. For example, I would have killed Gale instead of Dewey.
Okay.
I love the Gale character.
Dewey's better.
I think that Dewey would have been so fun to see in Scream 6. I think that seeing Dewey versus Detective Bailey would have been so cool.
Okay, I can see that.
Because they're equals.
Right.
They are equals.
Right.
They even, they marketed it as Detective Bailey being a tribute to Dewey.
Right.
So seeing Dewey versus Bailey, that would have been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And especially considering David Arquette's wrestling background.
Yeah.
Being a former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, just for those who are unaware. even if that title reign should have never happened.
Right.
But
Oh yeah,
nevertheless.
that one. Yeah, I watched Cinematic Excrement's review on WWE's Rival, and it was hilarious. It was absolutely hilarious.
So my least favorite Scream movie is Scream 3.
No surprise there. Dylan did
Unlike-
not put Scream 3 last place. He actually put Scream 4 in last place.
It's justifiable for
Yeah,
a few reasons.
I know.
I understand why people don't like it.
I
However,
like
Scream 3, oh, I love it. I love all the Scream movies.
Me too.
It's just a matter of which one I like least.
Yeah.
And that
That's
would
how I am with
definitely
the
be.
DCEU that we're doing later.
It would
it.
definitely
It's like
be
picking
Scream
your
3.
it's like picking your favorite cake. You know, which cake do you love more, chocolate or vanilla?
Scream
But-
3. I can tell you exactly why I don't like Scream 3 as much as the others. For one, I feel like that moving it out of Woodsboro to Hollywood was unnecessary.
Okay.
Well, at least that early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we didn't really see a whole lot of growth and development for really any character.
Yeah.
You know, I think Sydney hallucinating her mother was a nice touch, but we don't really see much of why, and we don't see how she handled it afterwards. So, I will say though, one of my favorite lines in the entire Scream franchise is, "Well, do you think he was killed because of the movie? He was making a movie called Stab. He was stabbed."
See, that's the most
I
hilarious-
love that line.
That's the most hilarious thing about horror about these movies is horror cliches, and that Stab is literally the movie Scream is Stab. That's so funny. I love those.
I gotta hijack your thing real quick because I forgot to mention it last week. I love the fact that we got the cameo scene from Princess Leia.
Wait, how does that have anything to do with Scream? Was it in Scream?
Oh yeah, no. It was
Oh, Scream 3. Yeah, I was like,
Carrie
wait,
Fisher
what?
showed up and was like, she jacked my style. She's like,
I
should
forgot
have been
that.
there.
Here's how much I'm not as big a fan of Scream 3. I completely forgot that was even a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, Princess Leia showed up.
It was interesting to see Carrie Fisher in that role.
And also
Well, that's the
Jay and
exact kind of role
Silent,
that you
Jay and
would
Silent
expect from her,
Bob, they also made a cameo. That was really
Yeah.
cool. That was a really cool cameo.
I didn't realize that she was the nun. I
That
didn't.
who?
Carrie Fisher was the nun in Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Oh, okay.
I had. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. We're talking about.
I was
a
like, that
horror
was
movie.
Bonnie Aarons.
No, sorry. I just. No, that blew my mind. I found that out like 4 years ago, and by that point, I'd seen Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back at least like 10, 11 times.
I've never
It
seen
was
that.
it's one of my uncle's favorite movies.
Okay.
So like I watched it a lot as a kid. Not a movie that you should watch as a kid. But
Probably not, no.
should have waited till I was a little older. But no, I had no idea that she was the fucking nun until like 4 years ago. That blew my mind.
The Nun horror movie, is that what you were talking about?
No. In Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Jay and Silent Bob are hitchhiking across America. To get to
Oh, okay.
Hollywood.
Okay, I should say, because I was like, no, I heard that horror film was horrible.
Yeah.
I love The Nun. Don't disrespect that movie.
Oh,
About what kind of
You know that I play a serial killer, right?
you're not going to kill me, are you?
Oh, no
Only in the
promises.
movie.
Oh, okay.
You might not make the cut.
Oh, he'll make the cut quite a few times.
I won't add that to the bank.
Anyway, Dylan, please continue. I'm sorry.
No. It's just that, they're one of the people that pick up Jane and Silent Bob is a nun, and she's talking about like the good the work of the Lord and everything, and Jane and Silent Bob think that they're talking about the same thing as the nun, but they're not.
That's funny.
And they're talking about how to like service those who help them and stuff like that. And so I didn't know that it was Carrie Fisher until 4 years ago. So then like I rewatched it, I was like, son of a bitch.
I want none of it.
Carrie Fisher. you know what? I wasn't going to add that last one to the bank, but I'll add that one.
That's another
You
one.
know,
That's 26.
I was gonna come
The
up with a
puns just
return
keeps
pun,
on
but
coming.
I don't got none in the bank.
Hey, Josh, if you're listening to this podcast, Matthew Puns is better. He's the puns master.
We need to get you a crown that says
Compared to
Pun King.
me, Matthew's puns are second to none.
That's another one.
Two.
I am so sorry, Dylan.
There's
I
two
am so
for
sorry.
you in
I'm
there,
I'm
Paul.
pa-
It's
I'm
okay.
giving Dylan some support. That's what I'm doing. But anyway,
Hey,
Literally,
what is
Matthew
a what
has-
is a ninja's favorite weapon? Nunchucks.
That's just a good joke.
yeah.
That's just a good joke.
Yeah,
I'll
right.
let you slide on that one.
Ninjas with katanas. I'm pretty sure they're nunjas then.
I think we should.
27.
You're giving us a real conundrum.
Three.
Oh man.
I will be posting the official squirt bank count at the end of this episode.
John has none.
Now wait a minute, Paul.
Four.
Wait a minute.
4. That's
Wow.
almost so bad that I would count one for John.
Why?
Almost, it's almost so bad. Not that I would actually do it. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. I think
It's
we
almost
should.
so bad that I almost counted it.
Okay. I think we should move on to the DC part.
No.
please.
I have a special segment.
Oh,
for
that's
yours.
right. Your early review. You have
Yeah,
something.
okay.
Yes. Go
So,
ahead.
first of all, I saw 3 new movies this week, including one of the movies that we're doing on the for this episode, Shazam.
Yeah.
I watched Princess Mononoke for the first time, which
I am
haven't
wanting
seen.
to watch that.
I haven't seen a whole lot of Studio Ghibli's catalog.
I have.
I've only seen like Howl's Moving Castle, Spirited Away, bigger titles, and that's one of the biggest titles of the catalog. Yeah, I watched that for the first time. I liked it. I liked it a lot. Honestly, it's the reverse of what the statement should be, but it was giving me Star Wars Vision vibes. Because there's a episode of Star Wars Visions called The Ninth Jedi, and people were saying that was a Studio Ghibli movie. It wasn't. It wasn't made by the team. But like, if there was ever a Star Wars Studio Ghibli short film, that would have been it. So like I said, it should be the reverse statement. Like everybody was saying that it reminded them of. Oh no, it wasn't the Ninth Jedi. Ninth Jedi was one of them, but it was the Village Bride. People were saying that Village Bride was giving them Princess Mononoke vibes. So I totally get it now. I totally see the vision. Like literally, I'm not throwing one in the bank for me at this point. I feel like I deserve to not have one in the bank. Like this is what our 6th episode, 7th.
Yeah.
And I haven't made a punch in the first one.
Lucky 7. Yes.
Yeah,
They're so plentiful.
28. I'm keeping count this time.
Hey,
Okay.
Matthew, would you like some punch?
5. But no, I watched Princess Mononoke. I loved it. I thought it was great the entire time. I also we watched Shazam 2. But today, before the podcast, I actually got to see a 2-week early film screening.
Interesting.
Can you guess what movie it was?
Evil Dead?
It was not Evil Dead. Although I do have something to say about Evil Dead later. It's kind of funny. Any other guesses? So it comes out this month.
Oh, this month.
Yeah, it comes out this month. I got to see it 2 weeks
Dungeons
early.
and Dragons.
Yes. I got to see Honor Among Thieves 2 weeks early.
Oh
And
boy.
holy shit, was it great.
Okay, yeah, I should say, because I heard some surprisingly positive reviews for that movie.
Oh, dude, it was awesome. I have a little spoiler-free review. The movie hasn't come out yet for everybody. Not everybody's gotten the chance to see it. And
Right.
Nobody will have gotten the chance to see it. Or not everybody will have gotten the chance to see it by the time that we upload the episode. So I'm going to remain spoiler-free for this, so don't worry. But holy shit, it was hilarious. No, like, I mean, it was
looked like
great.
it.
People have been talking about the D&D movie almost ever since we got the first trailer, which we got the first trailer last summer, I think. People have been talking about it, and they're like, "Oh, well, I just know that it's going to be bad. It's going to be like a modern era, like action vamped version of Dungeons and Dragons instead of what Princess Bride should have been."
Yeah.
That was me.
People have been holding Princess Bride as the D&D movie, even though it's not a D&D movie. Like people like that's like the ideal form of it. And holy shit, while this may not be Princess Bride, it was still really good. Like all the action sequences were really good. The comedy was phenomenal. It felt like something that came straight out of an actual Dungeons and Dragons campaign.
Okay.
Which, as I think the only D&D player here,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know. Have you played D&D?
Years ago.
So you should have an idea.
I'm still vaguely familiar. I want to get back into it.
Yeah,
Just for the record.
It felt like something out of a campaign. Like, I mean, every dice roll that got flubbed, every dice roll that succeeded, everything. Like, I mean, it felt great.
That could be content for our Instagram page. We could live stream us playing games.
Well, we save that thought, because I guess I might as well do the announcement of the thing that I've been talking to you guys about.
Yeah.
Which you still haven't voted in that poll that I posted in the chat.
There's a poll in the
which
chat?
one?
It'll have to wait until after. Yeah, I'll end up having to send it back. I already
Okay.
have your guys' votes.
Okay.
I voted?
Yeah, you voted Star Wars.
Oh, okay. Oh,
That
I
should tell
remember.
you what it is.
Oh,
I'm not gonna say
yeah,
what it is.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
Hold on. Let me get my spoiler-free review out, and then we'll
Okay.
do the announcement. I wasn't expecting to do it.
Surprise.
Yeah, bunch of surprises tonight.
Oh yeah, I love surprises. Anyway.
No, it felt like something from an actual game, and that's what the directors and writers have been saying is like, yeah, no, our goal was to make this into a D&D movie, but at the end of it, we ended up making our own like homebrew game movie, which there were people that got upset about it, and they also got upset about how the classic cartoon from the 80s, the characters from the classic cartoon from the 80s make an appearance in the movie.
Okay.
People are worried about it, and if I were to ever give a spoiler right now about this movie, you shouldn't be worried about it. That's what I'll say about that. Whether they end up dying, they end up living, you should not be worried about it. Like, I mean, they handle the characters very well for the little screen time that they get. It felt just like a game. All the references to the in-world places and people and just like the spells in general, they didn't feel in your face. I feel like that's an issue that people have when they try to adapt something, especially when it comes to a video game movie or a video game project in entirety.
Yeah.
Is that they're really in your face about it when it comes to being like, oh, well, yeah, remember this from the game, remember this, remember that. Dungeons and Dragons does not do that. Like they only tell you what you need to know. Like they name drop the sorcerer Mordenkainen, and they just walk away from it. They don't go, oh, whoa, wasn't that this huge guy? No, they don't do that. Like they're like, oh yeah, there's this, and then they continue on. Like it is a in-universe lore / name drop, and it was. I think all the references were handled beautifully, especially the starting credit where they show the title screen. Which, yeah, surprisingly enough, in modern cinema, we get a title screen for this movie.
Oh wow, that's something you don't see often anymore.
No, it's not. And actually, I really like the title screen. I liked it. There's a lot of references in the title screen alone. And it was really cool. But seeing this movie, it gives me a lot of hope for the future because there's going to be a Paramount show that's Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
And initially I've been a supporter of this movie. It's been known if you see me on Twitter, like I'll retweet shit, I'll like shit. And I even defended it the first episode where I said that I was excited about it.
Yeah.
It gives me a lot of hope for the future projects because obviously a lot of people were worried that they would mess it up. No, this project was handled really great. I think that it was a super solid movie. I recommend it to anybody, which in 2 weeks everybody will be allowed to see it.
Right.
But I recommend it to everybody, whether you have played the game before, you only know a little bit about the game, or you know nothing about Dungeons and Dragons. It's a fucking great movie, and you don't need to know anything about Dungeons and Dragons to go see it.
Okay.
Like, you're not going to be lost whatsoever.
Well, I can tell you that I was worried that Sonic the Hedgehog was not going to be good. Turned out the film that I actually do love. I was a little bit worried about Super Mario Bros. Movie, but I'm actually kind of excited to see the movie now. I actually will give Dungeons and Dragons a chance now.
Yeah,
I actually want to check it out. It might take a while. It might take a while.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
It might take a while though because I'll tell you why I won't be able to see it when it comes out opening weekend when I talk about it next week. So I'll let you know why. I'll know, but
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
that's fine.
but yeah, you guys know about it. Don't worry about it.
Yes.
I have breaking news. Just announced less than an hour ago.
Uh-oh.
If I can interrupt for approximately 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes.
Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
This is horror news.
Hmm.
And it is from the Horror Hound Facebook page, which is, of course, a convention. Horror Hound is partnering with Warner Bros. To offer a limited screening early look at the latest entry into the Evil Dead franchise, New Line Cinemas / Renaissance Pictures Evil Dead Rise. This super limited edition screening event will take place Thursday night, March 23rd, at Esquire Theater, which is at 320 Ludwig Avenue in Cincinnati, Ohio, at 10 p.m. This is a very special Horror Hound launch event kicking off a weekend of horror fun. Tickets are free for Horror Hound weekend attendees and are limited to 2 tickets per person. Look for a special ticket link to be shared on the Horror Hound social media pages around 12 p.m. noon on Monday, March 20th, while supplies last. So if you're wanting to see Evil Dead Rise early,
month early,
quite a bit early, yeah.
I think it comes out the 21st.
You're going to want to be going to Horror Hound.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had to share that.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
And just to
super
let you
exciting
know,
news.
we usually do our podcast recordings on Sunday. Usually the new episodes are posted on Tuesday. So if anybody's going to listen to it on Tuesday, get your tickets early to see the early screening of Evil Dead Rising. So very cool announcement there. I'm for some weird reason, I'm kind of interested because Scream has surprised me. Maybe I'll like the Evil Dead movies. I don't know.
think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
Because I heard Army of Dark. I heard Army of Darkness is really
Really?
good.
because of the tree scene.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I can't watch the entirety of that movie because of the tree scene. I have to.
I'm only watching it with Matthew
Same,
if I'm going to give
same,
these movies a
same,
chance.
I
am not watching it with Josh because he's going to always give me that. Ooh, you're going to get scared.
I've only seen the remake. The remake wasn't that bad.
Okay.
But that scene isn't there, but it's not as bad.
Yeah, I know. I read about that. I read one of the quotes from one of the producers.
Yeah.
Of the movie where there was the original script where that scene was actually cut.
Yeah.
And when the producer saw it, he was like, "Where the fuck is my tree rape scene?" And I was like,
oh,
"Okay,
God.
so there was an option to not put it in there."
Yeah.
Like
It is an entirely unnecessary scene.
Exactly.
well, I mean, even Sam Raimi was like, "Yeah, no, I kind of regret it. Like, I'm not super proud of that."
No, horror franchise. Oh, sorry.
No. I just there's a reason why I can't read. I think that you will like the third one. I think you like the third one,
Okay.
but I don't think you like the first one.
I think you'd like Resident Evil and Underworld. Those are franchises I think you would like.
I agree.
Underworld's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I never play any of the Resident Evil games, and Underworld, I'm pretty iffy if I would ever watch
Underworld is basically Twilight for guys.
Yeah, I'd say that.
it.
I'd
Interesting.
say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an action. It's an action thing about a war between vampires and werewolves.
Have you seen the Hugh Jackman movie Van Helsing?
I still been wanting to watch that. My girlfriend is into vampire stuff. She loves the Vampire Diaries, and she loves anything that involves vampires.
That sucks.
Hey. Oh, wait a minute. That's a pun.
Wow.
All right.
That's another in the
No.
bank.
That was actually really, really funny.
Oh, okay. That actually was
Bad
really good.
puns are one thing.
Yeah, actually.
really funny puns are.
But anyway, yes, love Hugh Jackman.
Fatty.
That's a mix.
But anyway, I do love Hugh Jackman. He was the Wolverine after all, and I actually been kind of interested to see Van Helsing. I think I would like it.
Well, the leading actress of Van Helsing is the main actress of Underworld.
Okay,
That's the reason why I asked.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you'd like Underworld.
Okay.
Underworld's really good.
We should probably get to our Mandalorian review real quick
Yeah.
because we're already an hour and 15 in.
I did have one little tidbit of on top of Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah.
I saw a tweet when I was compiling the news, and apparently at South by Southwest it aired, I think.
Yeah.
And there was a Q&A. somebody shouted, "This movie fucking sucks,"
Mhm.
and Bruce Campbell immediately clapped back and said, "Get the fuck out of here!"
Yep.
Yeah, that's how you clap.
Right on.
Yeah.
Bravo,
Exactly.
Bruce Campbell. You
Exactly.
know exactly how to treat him.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, season 3, episode 3 of The Mandalorian. Now, if you guys have not seen the first 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, you should. Yeah, spoilers.
Should I go
Holy
into
crap.
the other room for this?
Why?
It-
If you're not going to watch it, it doesn't matter.
I'm gonna watch it.
If you don't want
It's
to be
up to you.
spoiled.
Well,
There's
well,
not much to this episode. It's,
we should just get it
Of the main
spoiler
plot line.
free.
There's not much of the main plot line in this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're just
Yeah, it's
gonna,
just a
make
follow-up
it
to
spoiler free. So we're gonna try to make it spoiler free as we
well,
actually
there's
could.
not really anything to spoil in this one.
Yeah, I mean,
That was a very
Well, okay.
interesting direction.
I'm gonna say I said it last episode when I did my leak rant.
Yeah.
My turnaround time for spoilers on TV shows are 3 days.
Yeah.
Because if something airs on Friday, you have the entire weekend to watch it.
Right, true. And it aired Wednesday, so.
Yeah, so 3 days. 3 days has passed. If you don't want to be spoiled, by all means, go for it.
It's okay.
There's not much to this
Um,
episode.
There's not. Literally, it's just there's like it's like bookended, where the main plot line is there at the very beginning and it's there at the very end. But throughout the entire middle part, it just talks about the clone guy, Dr. Pershing, from the first, second seasons.
Have you watched the first season even?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the dude that was trying to clone Grogu. It's all about him and how he
The
settles
ethics of
into the
cloning.
New Republic. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it brings back. We finally have a name for Katie O'Brien's character, which she was like Moff Gideon's almost like right hand. Elia Kane.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that's even her real name after what we saw,
Yeah, I'm wondering.
because in the episode she kind of like turns on Dr. Pershing. Because she's like, oh yeah, not the Republic can't do everything for you. Like, it's okay to be upset, and you can pursue your little projects that they won't let you do. Well, she ends up turning on him, and then like reports him, and she led him all the way up to that. Like she fucked him over royally.
I think they like pretty much deep fried his brain.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of people that are worried that's what happened, but I'm pretty sure that is what happened. Now I'm really nervous because I don't know.
Yeah, I think she gave him a
where
little
she's going
lobotomy
with it.
pretty much.
She's helping Moff Gideon.
Yes.
She is helping Moff Gideon. No ifs, ands, nor buts.
I'm gonna venture to say this is probably the weakest Mandalorian episode. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I would agree with that.
Thus far, yeah.
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 I mean, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I liked it, but the first 2 episodes was way better. And I heard that it was the lowest rated of all the Mandalorian episodes.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it. It was okay, but
I feel like this episode
It was
was
a
the
filler.
equivalent of the episode where Mando returned in Book of Boba Fett.
yeah, it had like nothing to do with the main.
That was just that was
Okay,
that
I'm
was.
not gonna
Fr-
say that has nothing to do with the main plot.
I know, but those
I'm not gonna
episodes
say that.
that was so frustrating.
I think that because Moff Gideon is returning this season,
Yes.
we are going to see him again. I think he's credited for at least 2 episodes.
Okay. Probably
So-
7 and 8.
Yeah, probably. They're saving for the end.
Just don't leak it
Um,
online, please.
For the love of God. Holy shit, please. No, it's she's working with Moff Gideon.
Yes, she
She's
is.
working with it because I think that she's trying to maintain a cover that she didn't work with Moff Gideon, and that's the reason why she fried Pershing. First of all, second of all, I also think that she fried Pershing because Pershing led to Moff Gideon being taken.
Yeah.
Like it was his intel that got
She
him
is a
caught.
spy in the New Republic.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I think that she wants nobody to know that she worked with this guy. And I think the fact that she was there, I feel like it's kind of obvious that she was there at that picnic table at that time at the beginning of the episode for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
She was there waiting for Pershing.
Yep.
And I think that that's really what pissed her off. Because I think that she would have, like, scrambled him just a little bit.
Yeah.
But blowing her cover, I think that's the reason why she blew her, just destroyed him
Yeah.
completely. I don't know. I think that that's what's going to happen because I didn't trust her the entire episode. I did not fucking trust her. And the fact when they were like, oh, well, I thought that he was in custody. No, I thought that he broke out. And she was like, oh, well, you can't believe everything that you hear. No, she fucking knew something.
Mhm.
It was fucking obvious that she knew.
Yeah.
Like she helped him break out, and she's actively trying to hide him so that he can make his return later.
Yes.
I'm. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, you should. Definitely save the rants for another time.
I'm not gonna say that this episode was filler, for that reason specifically. There are absolutely pieces of the Star Wars fiction where we have gotten filler episodes. The Clone Wars is chock full of filler, and there are people that would disagree with me on that. It's chock full of filler. Like, there are episodes that you can do without, and then maintain everything.
Yeah.
No, this was not a filler episode. I refuse to believe that this is a filler.
Okay.
Because this is absolutely going to tie into Moff Gideon returning.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't just her doing that for no reason. Because she didn't, because if you exclude all the Moff Gideon stuff, she would have had no reason to fry him.
Right, exactly.
Like, she did that for a reason. It wasn't just to be like, No, she did that for a reason. She wasn't doing that. She didn't do what she did to Dr. Pershing. She didn't do what she did because that's her job in the New Republic.
Right.
No, that's not what she did.
Okay.
No way. Yeah, no.
I mean, all I can say is let's hope the next episode will pick up the pace, and that will be much, much better.
I think it will, because I think that this next episode is going to explore more about Bo-Katan.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is going
Because with what Bo-Katan... First of all, Bo-Katan does not want to be where she is.
No, she doesn't.
She doesn't. She's at the convert. Just so you're aware.
Gotcha.
Because Mando bathed in the living waters, and he had to return. It was inevitable. No. They're like, oh yeah, no, as long as you don't remove your helmet, you're good. Like, you were in the waters too. So you're part of us until you decide to take off your helmet. It's
She's
obvious
taking
she
it off
does.
next episode.
Dude, she's not going the rest of the season without taking it off. No, she's going to be out of there as soon as she can.
Yeah.
She's just not going to leave immediately because she needs help fighting the Empire.
Right.
And we can all agree. We can definitely agree on one thing. Pedro Pascal, like I said, amazing. I mean, he and one of the best actors in the Star Wars universe.
That meme I put up on the pages. I think
That was so great. That was so
Did
funny.
I put it on the Twitter too, or just the Instagram and Facebook?
I think it was
Probably
just
the Instagram one.
and Facebook.
That was so funny because I was thinking, yeah, you're a superstar on Mandalorian. You're also a superstar in the Last of Us TV show. Dude, you are on a roll.
Yeah.
Did you
Just
see
wait till
the
he
meme,
makes
Paul?
his leap to comic books.
It said, if your girl watches The Mandalorian and The Last of Us, that's not your girl, that's Pedro Pascal's girl.
I'm the one that sent that to you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I thought.
Wow, great job stealing somebody's joke. Wow.
But
A real
anyway,
Mandalorian over here.
Oh.
I'll throw one in the bank for me for that.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
bad.
okay.
No, I just have one more thought about the Bo-Katan thing.
Oh, okay.
She's getting that fucking Darksaber.
Yes.
And she is reclaiming the Mandalorians, and she's going to do it with the Mythosaur.
Yep.
The fact that she didn't say shit to
About the
Din
Mythosaur.
about the Mythosaur?
Yes.
No. She has a plan. She is building her fucking plan right now.
She's gonna be the new leader of the Mandalorians.
She's certainly going to fucking try.
Yeah.
Like, there's no if, and, or but about it. She is going to try. I think that she's going to especially prey on Paz Vizsla for it.
Yeah.
Because I think that Paz Vizsla he already has it out for Din.
Yeah.
You can tell that he has it out for Din. So I think that's what she's going to do. I think that we're going to see more of that this next episode.
Yep.
All right, shall we get to our Shazam? Appropriate the Gods review on this one?
Doing that announcement, or are we going to just forget it?
About the Snyder?
I think.
No.
What announcement was there?
Well, we were talking about games.
Oh yeah, go for it. Real quick.
Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Go ahead, Dylan.
No,
I forgot
you're
about
good. I just we talked about it. I know that there's going to be some by the end of the episode that's like he never elaborated. So
He will now.
For that one person that's wondering. So we've been toying with the idea of possibly doing actual plays of games and posting it online. And when we say actual plays of games, I mean, what I mean is, like, I've been thinking about the Star Wars RPG, Edge of the Empire, Age of Rebellion, Force and Destiny, the official one that came out these past 10 years. Think about that. Thinking about the Power Rangers RPG from Renegade. We've been thinking about that, and we've been thinking about doing longer format series for the RPGs, but doing one-offs for like regular games.
Yeah.
we've been toying around with that. I wasn't expecting to talk about it now. Otherwise, I would have been more prepared. But yeah, it's exciting. So if you guys if you guys want something like that, let us know. You're gonna get it one way or another.
Yeah.
It's just the more support we see of it, the more likely we are to do it sooner.
Right.
Like, it's gonna take a lot of planning to get this done because I've made it known that I don't want to be shown on camera ever, and I know that when we do the RPGs, I'm probably gonna be the game master. So that'll be a little difficult.
Okay.
But
We'll probably live stream it to Instagram and YouTube.
yeah,
Here's an idea. Wear one of the Harvester masks.
it's possible.
I've got 3 of them.
Maybe. I'll consider it. If I can work out the audio, I'm gonna be doing it. If it's a Power Rangers playthrough, I'm gonna be doing it in a Power Rangers helmet.
Nice.
If it's a Star Wars playthrough, I'm gonna be doing it in a Star Wars helmet. I already have Captain Cardinal's
that's a
helmet
great
and
idea.
Mando's helmet.
That's totally a
So,
great idea. I can totally see you in a character helmet.
I think that the audio would be a little wonky, so like I said, I'd have to figure it out.
Yeah.
But no, it's something that we're at least playing with. So we would like to see your guys' support if that's something that
Absolutely.
you want
And
to see.
next month, sometime, we'll probably do the episode where we talked about doing a movie trivia game.
Yeah.
That will be audio only, so we'll probably do that sometime next month.
Yeah.
We'll do
Yeah.
a playthrough of a movie trivia game during the podcast.
Yep. That'll be fun.
If we ever play Star Wars Trivial Pursuit, you're done. I'm letting you know that.
Dylan is giving me the death stare at me.
Oh, we're all getting massacred if we do that. It's going to be a bloodbath.
My brother was the biggest Star Wars nerd that I knew. He was for years. Which, ever since getting more involved online, I've met some really big Star Wars nerds.
Yeah.
Not saying that hatefully. I love everybody in the community as long as they're not a toxic asshole.
Yeah.
But one of my proudest moments in my life has been beating my brother twice when it came to Star Wars trivia. It's Devin, if you're listening, I love you, but just know that that's one of my proudest moments. I know that you're probably going to.
He's giving me a heads up that I am not going to do well in that game.
Well, I've heard that you do really well with the trivia games.
I
And
do, yeah.
You could probably floor me in any other game. I will let you know that. You could probably floor me. I know a good amount of trivia, but it's all
And I
specialized.
love movies in general. I've seen over 500 movies in my life.
Yeah.
That's it? My letterbox is at like 1,600 right now, 1,700.
I think mine's at like 1,500.
Yeah.
But that's every movie that I've seen in my life that I
yeah.
remember.
Yeah, that's what mine
I'm
is
in
too.
last place, probably.
Well, I only just started listing the movies I've seen, so mine isn't even at 100 yet.
Oh, I'm in third place then. Okay.
I had to take 2 days to
Yeah, it took me
locate
forever,
everything that
yeah.
I remembered.
Okay.
That being said, though, I've easily seen...
Probably around the 1,500 too.
Oh, it's more than that.
Yeah.
I'm a huge movie nerd.
Me too.
I'm
Well, I mean, if you
all
only seen
respect. I'm a
500,
bigger
apparently
movie nerd
not.
than you.
Hey, 500 is still a
So-
lot.
I know, I'm kidding.
I know.
Should I mention the thing real quick?
I've seen probably close to 5,000 movies.
Oh, wow. Should I mention the thing real quick about us making a game? Real quick?
Yes.
So we talked about making our own movie trivia game. I'm looking into getting it made, but we're going to come up with all the questions. Like, Paul's going to take the lead on the horror, John's going to take the lead on the action, me and Dylan on the sci-fi. We're going to try to come up with a massive movie trivia game to sell.
I think that'd be really fun.
That actually would be fun. Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
And then we'll definitely have to play it on our own.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, I mean, there's going to be beta testing for it.
Yeah.
All right. Now we can get to the Shazam for you of the Gods review. Okay, so might as well go first on this one because, as you know, I'm a humongous fan of Shazam. That's like my top 3 of my favorite DC movies of all time. I love Shazam. So my expectations for the sequel was really high because I was really excited for this one.
Spoilers.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
spoiler alert,
Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. Spoiler alert. So my thoughts on Shazam for the Gods. I love this movie. Now, is it better than the first one? No, not quite, but it was very close. Zachary Levi still was great as ever. I thought the action scenes was fantastic. The humor was really funny. There was one scene in the movie where the actual Shazam character, the black person, was in a...
He was in Billy Batson's sweater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was And in the Wonder Woman costume. That was hilarious. Oh, man. I was laughing so hard when I saw that scene because I was thinking, this is hysterical.
When I was watching that scene, I was like, oh. I was like, so they didn't actually get Gal Gadot. I was like,
Nope.
okay, so they're just doing a Peacemaker treatment of it, I guess.
Well, she was in one of the TV spots.
I tried to avoid trailers. I really tried to.
She was in one of the TV spots.
I didn't know that she actually was.
Yeah.
No,
They're not hiding it. She's coming back.
Okay.
If they're putting it right in the TV spot, they're not getting rid of her.
Have
fun.
I lost it. I just I was like, oh, I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, is he somehow hijacking her body or? Because I was like, okay, how did Shazam get a date with Wonder Woman?
Yeah.
I was super. Yeah, well, I mean, that ended up being obvious.
It was a dream, but
Well,
it's like,
I was like, that's what I was thinking too. I was like, no fucking way. I was like, this is.
And I was just thinking, that's so funny.
I was like, okay. I was like, I guess something could have happened. I was like, I don't understand what's going on here.
I've got to get this out. Best line in the movie is from Darla. If you don't know, Darla is probably about 7 in this movie. She was like 4 in the first movie.
Mm.
She's riding a unicorn. They censor it out, but she's like, "Taste the rainbow, mother."
Yeah, they like censor out with like an explosion or something, right?
They stop at like the F and the U sound.
And I was thinking, that was so funny.
I fucking lost it. That was the hardest that I laughed during the movie.
Definitely.
Which I was laughing throughout the entire movie. But like fun fact about me, I love those kind of cutaways.
Yeah.
I love
Me
them.
too.
Holy crap! There's nothing funnier to me than when they cut away from the word fuck. Nothing is funnier to me. If you put something in there like that, I will laugh at your movie. Like, dude, I lost it. We were the only people in the theater watching it last night. Which we went to a 10:00 showing last night.
Yeah. It was hilarious.
Yeah, dude, I was so glad that there was nobody else in the theater. I lost it. I was screaming. Like, it was great.
Yeah, me and John cracked up during that movie a lot.
I couldn't stop it. I'm so glad that I didn't watch it with anybody else. Like, it was just me, Angel, and Angel's Service dog.
Okay.
And it was, oh my god, I lost it. I lost my mind.
Like I said, I absolutely love the movie, but unfortunately, the reason why I couldn't tell you it's better than the first is because the critics' rating ruined it for me. I am so sick of Rotten Tomatoes telling me about the movie's percentage, and then I try not to look at the movie reviews before the movie, and then I'm thinking to myself, great, Rotten Tomatoes, I'm glad to screw you up now. And now I want to say it's better than the first one, but I can't because Rotten Tomatoes ruined it for me because they just gave me a heads up that likely it's not going to be as good as the classic masterpiece one. So.
I still like the first one better, without a doubt.
Yeah,
I like the second one by a hair. I like the second one.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Despite the credit scene where
Everything.
What? Really?
Yeah,
okay.
No, like I didn't dislike a single part of this movie.
Well, you were right on the one account that it was a post-credit scene with Mr. Mind.
Yeah.
And you were gonna get a rant on it.
I was upset when it happened because now, okay, shit, there's a fucking rant. This is going to become a staple for every episode. Dylan rants at this time.
But the people did say though, depending on the reception, there will be a Shazam 3, and audiences loved it.
Yeah. So my thing is, okay. So now, this movie was set up for two things. Both post-credit scenes set up something else.
Yeah. So
it could eventually be the same thing, where like the new GSA would have fought Mr. Mind and a new Dr. Savannah. That could be what that was teasing for.
Yeah.
Which if this entire time that we've been wondering, man, who is and who is not going to come back, we haven't really gotten anybody confirmed on who's going to come back other than Jason Momoa. Gal Gadot has been extremely likely. And then with everything involving Zachary Levi, concerning the fact that he's regularly talking to Peter Safran, and the fact that we regularly see him hanging out with Peter Safran. It makes me think that we are getting Zachary Levi back again.
He said something else too, because I seen a Twitter post about someone saying there's no point in going to see this movie because it doesn't lead to anything, and he said that's what you think or something to that extent.
Yeah, he's been really cocksure this entire time.
Yeah,
about returning, and I'm of the mind of until James Gunn debunks or confirms something, I'm only going to take it at face value.
Yeah,
and even if it's coming straight from the actor's mouths, I don't know. I just James Gunn confirms and denies on a regular basis.
yes,
He is constantly debunking rumors.
yes,
And so, while I want to believe that Zachary Levi is going to come back, which I hope that he does, he did a great fucking job.
he's
Absolutely.
amazing at Shazam.
Yeah, while I hope that he really comes back, I just think that it's going to end up being Elseworlds.
Yeah,
And I think that if it ends up being Elseworlds, it needs to be a JSA project.
yes,
Because they can't just... I would love to have a third Shazam movie.
yeah,
I will, especially if they were to end up bringing The Rock back, which that was the plan for the next movie.
right. It was going to be Shazam and Superman versus Black Adam, I think.
Yeah. So I think that if they end up bringing him back, it'd be cool to see him in the main universe.
Yeah,
But personally, I don't see that.
I
don't see that with most of the people that are confirmed.
I see a lot of Elseworld stuff happening.
Yeah.
I feel like James Gunn said about 2 things, or 2 TV shows, 2 movies a year.
Yeah.
I can almost see 1 Elseworlds project a year out of those 4.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like they kind of have to at this point.
Yeah. Well, they've got Joker next year.
They've got Joker. They've
Batman
got
the
Batman.
next year.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can see 1 every year.
I think that it would be really cool if they do that. Do it the way that the DC animated movies were doing it.
Yeah.
Where they were having their standalone movies that were part of the main animated universe, but they had Red Sun in there. Red Sun is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Elseworld story.
Yeah, and by the way, as of this recording, I did look at the box office. It didn't do very well. $65 million worldwide.
Yeah, it's
which
projected to be
that
over
is
70.
shockingly bad.
Well, people were ragging on this movie during the Zack Snyder Darkseid thing.
Which we'll talk about more in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk more about it.
We'll do
We'll
that
get the review and then get into that discussion.
And then we'll do the rankings last.
People
If we have time.
People were looking at the interactions of the Fury of the Gods trailer that they put out almost same day. I think it was like a day or two before.
Yeah.
And then Zack Snyder's latest thing. And people were like, wow, really? This shows you who they really care about most. No. I'm going to debunk that right now. It doesn't show you what real fans want, quote unquote.
Right.
It doesn't. Because what it shows you is the fact that this person, who was known for jump-starting the DCEU and who was thought of not returning to the DCEU, is made that kind of announcement.
Yeah.
Of course it's going to get more clicks and more interactions. Of course it is. Use your brains.
Right.
Please. Because being like, oh, well, this shows that people aren't excited for Shazam. No, people are excited for Shazam.
Right.
Absolutely.
I mean, this movie could have made $14 million opening weekend, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that would have shown that people didn't care about it.
Right.
No, the fact of the matter is, Zack Snyder, when he comes out with one of these announcements, it blows up for multiple reasons. One of those reasons being the fact that it's fucking Zack Snyder.
Yeah.
I mean, it's Zack Snyder. It's the fact that he's making another DC announcement when people thought that he was gone after 2016.
Yeah.
Like, people thought that he was done. Like people have been campaigning for the Snyderverse ever since 2016.
Yeah.
So, like, people thought that he was done. Of course it's going to get a bunch of clicks.
Right.
It's Zack Snyder, and he's making a new thing.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Well,
no, that's not a tell. It's not a tell of whether the current DC slate is good or not. It's not. You can't base it on that.
right.
You especially can't base it on it when we don't even know what the fuck Zack Snyder's talking about.
Right.
He was mysterious about it for a reason.
Exactly.
But
Well,
we'll get in.
So what do we got for rankings for Shazam? 5 out of 5, 10 out of 10. What do we got?
Despite the fact that I still love the first one more, I still love this movie, and I still give it a 10. I think it's definitely going to be more. I think it's going to be like Man of Steel. It's going to be a movie that Chris will be remixed on, but over time, people will love it more and more when they watch it each
I could
month.
see that too. 5 out of 5.
I would give this one an 8 out of 5. Or 8.5 out of 10.
8.5.
Because Shazam for me is number 9 is 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's rated lower than Shazam, despite me saying that I liked it more, is just because this Fury of the Gods kept the same kind of the same pieces that people liked about the first one.
Yeah.
Yes.
It kept the same one while doing something different. They didn't just do this is another Shazam. This is a continuation of what we saw from Shazam.
Right.
And not only that, Shazam was kind of over the top with the comedy, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Okay.
It had some more serious tones, like the plot line of Billy Batson and his mother.
Yeah.
That was a very serious tone.
Definitely.
And all the Savannah scenes were serious, except for the one where they're both like 200 feet apart.
And then the one in the toy store.
Yeah, those were like the only two Savannah scenes that weren't serious. Everything else of Savannah was serious.
I love the in the original one, where they're in the mall.
Yeah.
And the girl's like trying on Santa's lap, asking him something. He's like, in some ways, Santa's always there for you. And then when something happens, he just throws her out of the way.
Yeah. well, like, is it David F.
Sandberg.
Yep.
I was gonna say Sandberg, but I just wasn't completely sold on the Berg part.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to say Sanderson. But no, I like the serious moments in this.
Yeah.
Because it just got because as Billy Batson grows older, he's going to become more adult.
Yeah.
He shouldn't constantly be in unserious moments. That shouldn't be what he is. Yeah. Keep the comedy with the character. Absolutely.
Yes.
That was the biggest like thing that they hit on the head with the first movie was the comedy.
Yes.
But he is maturing, he's becoming more of an adult. So for him to face these more serious threats, absolutely, I'm all there for it. Having more serious tones in this movie while still being balanced out by the comedy.
Yeah.
Having more serious tones in this movie was honestly the best thing that they could have done for the movie.
I ended up crying during the one scene, of course. It's a DC movie.
Yeah.
When he finally called Rose a mom.
Well, I was expecting it.
I was too, but
that's going to be his maturing moment.
Yeah, I mean
Like,
the
that's when
movie.
you're
The
gonna-
movie is all about family, and that was
Yeah.
really really good. That
The
was
Fast and the Furious reference.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
I've seen all the Fast and the Furious movies. I know it's all about family.
But yeah, that
Family.
yeah,
Just
yeah, that was
delay.
pretty great. Okay, so now
The Snyder thing, real quick.
Yeah.
Just real quick. Zack Snyder is posting cryptic images, new images from Justice League that have never been shown before.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing they were B-roll, whatever.
Mm.
And SnyderCon is at the end of April, and he hashtag full circle.
Yes.
And he had a quote on a Wonder Woman picture earlier today about how something about returning to form or something. Let me see if I could find it real quick.
Yeah, please do, because I have a lot of theories about what this is.
Yeah.
I know that you do too.
Yeah, let me jump on Snyder's page real quick and see if I can find it.
Yeah, go for it. I think the hashtag full circle is a huge part of it.
It's not on his page. Someone else shared it. Now I can't find it. Maybe it's on his Instagram.
I mean, probably if he was commenting on a picture.
But it was like return to the familiar for a refreshed and new experience, something like that.
Interesting.
So that makes me think that despite a lot of people thinking he's done, I think James Gunn might let him finish the Snyderverse, as in Justice League 1 and 2, on HBO Max as Elseworlds.
I could see that. We were going to talk about it earlier with Ben Affleck.
Yes.
The question is he going to return with the statements that we provided? It definitely looks like he's not going to, because and even reading the article, there's a lot of doubt if he would. But I think that the fact that he has been known for praising Zack Snyder, and the fact that one of his quotes in the article isn't that he wouldn't ever do superhero movies again.
It's that he wouldn't direct.
It's that he wouldn't direct, and it's the fact that he's not a big fan of putting on latex suits.
Yes.
And being around that and for a long time. He said that his experience on Flash was really fun, though.
Right.
So I'm wondering if this could lead to Ben Affleck returning again as Batman. Which, if Zack Snyder were to do part 2 and part 3,
I thought I read
would
that
have
he.
to bring him back.
I thought I read that he wouldn't play Batman anymore.
He said that before, but now it looks like he said that before Flash too.
Yeah. So I think that he could return.
I personally be on board with it because Ben Affleck to me is my the third favorite live action actor to play Batman.
He's my favorite Bruce Batman
Combo.
balance.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because Christian Bale was a phenomenal Bruce.
Yeah.
absolutely.
And then
Robert Pattinson's the best Batman.
he's the best Batman.
I can see that.
And Michael Keaton's always going to be my number one. Always.
Classic, absolutely.
Batman Forever in my heart.
Very
all the time.
underrated. Love Batman Forever.
Fucking brilliant. But we need more Ben Affleck.
Absolutely.
We need more Ben Affleck Batman. And if he doesn't want to do it, that's fine. Like, it's understandable after the experiences that he's had.
Yeah.
I totally get it. But I mean, just seeing the Flash trailer with new Batfleck blew my mind.
Yeah.
We need more Batfleck.
I found the quote. Someone shared it. Some fan page shared it on Instagram from Zack Snyder's Vero page.
Okay.
The journey of the hero is about leaving the familiar and entering the unknown. It's about encountering challenges and overcoming them. And it's about returning to the world of the familiar, but now transformed by the experience.
Yeah, I think he's coming back.
I think
that we're going to get more Elseworlds.
Honestly, I will go ballistic and excited if they finish it off.
I feel like it'll be Justice League 2 and 3, which is his original vision.
Yes.
The original vision was Man of Steel, Batman vs. Superman, Justice League 1, 2, 3. I feel like it'll be those, and as mini-series on HBO Max. It's going to be another 4 or 5 hour movie each.
Mm.
And what I would like, if you don't know the original vision was Darkseid wins in 2 when he invades Earth. It's like Infinity War where everybody loses.
Yeah.
And then they time travel with the Flash, with the Cosmic Treadmill, which they showed the nightmare scene at the end of Snyder Cut where Joker's helping them. That's what they're doing. They're getting the Cosmic Treadmill parts. And then he goes back in time before, and they win with everybody. But it would be like Endgame where everybody comes. What I would like to see with that, since all the shows are getting canceled now, I'd like to see Titans, Doom Patrol, Stargirl all teaming up.
One last bit of seeing Grant Gustin's Barry.
Yes.
With Ezra's Barry.
Yeah. Have it like everybody come from, like when he goes back in time with the Cosmic Treadmill, have it split up in the multiverse and bring back everybody for one final run.
Yeah.
Maybe we might hear that in Comic-Con. Maybe they could talk about
SnyderCon's at the end of April.
SnyderCon.
Yeah,
We
so
shall
that's
see.
only, what, 6 weeks?
Yeah, April 28th through 30th.
Yeah, we're gonna. We'll definitely talk. We'll definitely talk some SnyderCon when it comes out. So yeah, in our future episode, we'll talk some SnyderCon, coming to you very, very soon. So stay tuned for that one. That's gonna be fun.
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I'm like I said on previous episodes. The toxic fans doing restore the Snyderverse or release the Ayer cut. I don't want those people to be fueled, but at the same time, I really want part 2 and part 3.
Yeah.
I think that the issue would just be there would be a ton of backlash because obviously part 2 and part 3 are not going to be part of the main DC universe.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
Well,
going to
at
be
least we get-
Elseworlds if we get it.
At least we get the Henry Cavill send off.
Yes, if we can send off all the people that won't be returning
Ray Fisher.
really well, Ray Fisher, which I could see him coming back.
Yeah.
Ray Fisher kind of had a John Boyega
Yeah. He's gonna be
adventure.
He's gonna be in the Rebel Moon series, so
Yeah, so I
he's
think
gonna
that
work with Zack
come
Snyder
back.
more.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll just leave my comments at that because I just most of my comments regarding it are like I don't want those toxic fans to be fueled.
But yeah, I'm pretty excited for the future and see if we are gonna get some Snyder DC movies.
Last thing we have for today is our DCU ranking.
Yes, yeah. Let's go ahead and do our rankings real quickly. I might as well go first in this one since I go pretty fast on this one. All right, so
I think it's calling you out.
I added the Peacemaker TV show.
Yes,
I add that one on there because I just freaking love it so much.
I did too.
All right. Number 14 is going to be Zack Snyder's unofficial Justice League 2017. Excuse me, Joss Whedon's Justice League. Sorry, Justice League 2017. There are 3 different titles.
Yeah.
Like it, but I'm gonna buy a Blu-ray for just $2. Number 13, Wonder Woman 1984. I just watched it for the first time just a few days ago. Don't get me wrong, love the film, but the original's still better, at least for me.
Well, duh.
But anyway, that comes in number 13.
Stupid comment wins stupid prizes. Duh.
Number 13. Number 12 is so painful. I want to put this movie higher because this is the movie I defend the most. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, the ultimate cut. Much as I love the theatrical cut, the ultimate edition gave me extra missing scenes. Thank you. And no thank you, WB, for screwing it up.
Yeah.
I want to put this movie higher, but Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor, that bothers me. As much as I watched this so many times, I just can't do it. But still love the film. Still absolutely love the movie. Ben Affleck as Batman. Again, you're amazing.
The bell's been unrung, and he's coming!
All right, number 11, Suicide Squad 2016. I actually love it more than what people do. This movie deserves a little more credit, honestly. I personally think it's...
I always watch the extended cut.
I need to watch the extended cut because I heard it's definitely a little bit better. All right, number 10, Harley Quinn's Birds of Prey. Loved it. Very funny. It's definitely Deadpool DC edition.
Yes.
Lots of fun. Number 9, Black Adam. I will defend Black Adam 2. I love Black Adam. Love that film. Dwayne Rock Johnson. Biggest fan of him. Number 8, the film we just talked about, Shazam, Furry Up the Gods. Fantastic movie. Underappreciated, but I think get a lot more love in the future. Number 7, Aquaman. People took it so silly with Aquaman, but then when you saw the movie, it was like, yeah, Aquaman's a hero. All right. So, love Aquaman. Number 6, your girl, Wonder Woman. Love Wonder Woman.
Really?
Well, you say
numbers.
well, I'm just saying though because you sort of have a crush on, but that digress.
Sort of.
But yeah, love Wonder
small
Woman.
little crush.
Definitely love Wonder Woman. Just fantastic. Definitely a great DC movie. I saw this film twice. Definitely a fantastic movie. Number 5, Peacemaker. One of the funniest of the DCEU TV shows or movies. Peacemaker's great. Number 4, the definitive Justice League. Zack Snyder's Justice League. Greatest comic book movie of all time. Number 3, The Suicide Squad, or Suicide Squad 2, as a lot of people like to call it. Man, that film took my breath away. I love the film. So funny. Just an amazing comic book movie. Number 2, one of the most underappreciated comic book movies of all time, Man of Steel. Love Man of Steel. The more I watched it, the more I appreciate it. Love it. And of course, you know what my number 1 is. Shazam! Love Shazam. I love it so much. One of the funniest Disney movies I have ever seen. Yeah. Shazam is, for me, it's the greatest comic book film of all time. Top 3, for that matter, for this film. So, Shazam, number 1.
Where would you rank Shazam 2? You forgot it.
No, I didn't. Number 8. I put Shazam Fury of the Gods at number 8. Oh, no, Shazam 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Matthew, do you want
You
to
can-
do yours
I'll go
or do you
last.
want me? Okay. I was hoping I wouldn't have to go last. I've got some bad some bad ones in here.
Uh-oh.
So I guess I'll throw Peacemaker into my ranking. It's not too hard for me to place it. Okay, so my DCEU ranking would be mix 14 with Peacemaker, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
If you count Justice League twice.
yeah, I do.
Okay.
So for number 14, the Justice League.
Yep.
No
Yeah,
surprise there.
No surprise. I feel like that would be at the bottom of a lot of people's lists.
Yes, absolutely.
This next one is going to give me a lot of heat.
Uh-oh.
Number 13 is Man of Steel.
Oh,
Second to
no!
last.
No!
Yeah, I know. It's bad. I don't know. Wasn't a big fan of it. I just wasn't.
Oh,
I like Superman. I think that it's a good
boy.
Superman movie. I just not a big fan of it.
It
At
makes-
least not as much as the others.
Oof. That's what ignited my love for Superman.
I'm sorry to everybody that I'm disappointed. I just
Wow.
it's not my favorite.
Man, 11 numbers lower than mine. Jeez. Wow.
Mine's pretty fucking low.
Wow. I'm so curious what you have in number 2 that's better than that. All right, but we'll get to that. All right, number 12.
So number 12 is going to be the 2016 Suicide Squad.
Okay.
Again, I liked it. It's not as bad as a lot of people remember.
Absolutely.
I don't know. It's a fun movie.
It is.
As long as you only look at it as a fun movie, you wouldn't have any issues.
Exactly. It's a fun popcorn movie.
It is. I actually... Do I want to get this little fact? Fuck it. I've given this little fact about other movies. I watched this movie High.
Yeah.
Like a year ago. 1,000,000 times better. 1,000,000 times better.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
got those trippy visuals.
well, yeah, it's got like the trippy visuals, and like when when you watch stuff High, it just makes you revert to this childlike state. So like getting to see like such a big movie in a childlike state, even though you would have to use some not so legal methods of doing it, depending where you live. It's a one of a kind experience.
Yeah.
I'll say that. Like, I mean, it was great. Like, I had a lot of fun watching it.
Yeah.
Which I also regularly watch 2019 Cat's High.
Oh boy.
Dude,
Okay.
dude.
Wow. Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to get off topic, but doing that is like, oh, like I mean, like you could not have, you could have a good tolerance, which I built one up, and every time that I watch Cat's High, it just blows me away again. It sends me across the universe. Sorry, I didn't want to get off topic.
That's right. All right. Number 11.
Number 11 is the first Wonder Woman.
Wow.
I'm getting into the territory where it's hard for me to rank.
Okay.
I'll say that.
And Matthew's giving you the death stare.
I'm not saying anything bad. Hey, at least I'm not shitting on it the way that you shit on Solo. You have to give me that at least. I'm not saying anything bad about it.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm not giving you a reason to fight me on it.
Man of Steel on now. Wonder Woman.
You're giving me the same kind of death
Good
player that
Lord.
I gave you all of your Star Wars ratings.
You know what? I'm not even going to ask anymore about where else is that number 6, and I'm not even going to ask. All right, so if Wonder Woman's 11.
Wonder Woman's 11. Batman vs Superman Ultimate Edition is number 10.
Okay.
We have to make that specification Ultimate Edition.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna acknowledge any other cut of the movie.
Exactly.
I'm not.
I agree.
Number 10 would be Black Adam.
You mean number 9? Number 9.
Number
Black
9,
Adam.
yeah.
Yep.
I was gonna say number 9, Black Adam. All the deaths in that movie were great.
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, it's not a goody two shoes movie, which most of the movies that we've gotten in the DCEU are goody two shoe movies.
Yeah, except for the Suicide Squad movie.
Except for those and except for Birds of Prey.
Right.
Those are the only exceptions.
For now.
For now. With James Gunn, we're going to be getting more.
Yeah.
The
Swamp
Authority.
Thing's going to be one hell of a thing.
And the Authority.
And the Authority.
Authority
Yeah.
is like the boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's... I don't know. Black Adam was just really creative. It's not the best, in my opinion.
Right. But it's fun.
It was really fun. It was really creative when it came to certain things.
Absolutely.
Even the little things that they flubbed. It's not that bad.
Absolutely.
It was really fun. Number 8 is Wonder Woman 84.
Wow.
I actually really defended this movie when it came out. To me, it was not a bad movie. Like, I feel like
I didn't know
got a
Pedro
lot of
Pascal
flack.
was in it. I didn't even know he was in the movie, and I was just thinking, that actually was kind of a pretty cool villain.
Honestly, where Pedro Pascal was, he was my only criticism of the movie.
Interesting.
And not because I don't like Pedro Pascal.
Right.
I love Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Any sane person loves Pedro Pascal.
Absolutely.
But it just, I felt like for who his character was, he was sharing too much screen time with the other villain in the movie.
Yeah.
That was my critique of it. Was like they both should have been their own things.
Yeah.
Like they could have set up Minerva, but instead they made her
Shoehorned into the...
Yeah, they kind of like shoehorned her in. I don't know. It was good. I liked Wonder Woman 84. I'm always going to defend Wonder Woman 84.
And I
even
love the
though
A's.
there's-
I love the A's in general. So it's pretty cool too.
Yeah, it was just a kick-ass 80s movie. Number 7 is Aquaman.
Same place as mine. Yep.
I'm not a big Aquaman fan. I'm really not.
Ooh, you're breaking my heart.
I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm just not. I love Jason Momoa. That's probably the biggest reason why Aquaman is this high on my list.
You have to agree, though. It has the best visual effects in any superhero movie.
Oh, dude, absolutely.
I didn't think it was possible to do it underwater, but it was so good.
Yeah, it looked beautiful.
That is without a doubt the best superhero movie for visual effects.
Yeah, no, for
That's
sure.
true,
For
absolutely.
sure. That's what happens when you give the appropriate budget, first of all, and the appropriate amount of time. Because then it get pushed back.
I think. And the appropriate director, because James Wan's used to like $20 million budget, so to get one almost $200 million budget, it's like, see what I can do.
We need James Wan to come back. Because, my God, when he touches a franchise, he leaves gold.
Even Swamp Thing, he was executive producer on that.
Yeah, no, it's Swamp Thing was killer.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. So far, Shazam! Fury of the Gods is pretty high in your list. So what's the number 6?
Number 6 is Peacemaker.
Okay, pretty close as mine at number 5.
Yeah. It's a really fun series.
Absolutely.
It's something that I like
Can't
to
wait for
go back
season
and
2.
revisit every once in a while. I don't revisit it in its entirety, but it's got a lot of great moments. It's just a solid show. I didn't really include it in my ranking, so this is kind of more of an honorary spot because I don't like ranking shows with movies.
I know.
I just had that issue. But yeah, no, Peacemaker, great. John Cena blew me away. And the fact that he's playing the piano in that second to last episode,
Yeah.
That was great.
that blew me away when I found that out.
Absolutely.
I thought that he was just doing whatever.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's a Motley Crue song.
Yeah, well, yeah, I knew that was a Motley Crue song, but like the fact that it's him playing the piano in that scene,
It was him playing, yeah.
yeah, that blew me away. I was like that made me really get on the train of like John Cena is a really gifted man.
Yeah, he's a great actor in that.
He is. He's fucking phenomenal. Who could have known that a character who is known as saying, if this beach were filled with dicks and I had to suck every single one of them for justice, I would do it. The fact that that character, that guy, gave one of the best performances, in my opinion, in any comic book project ever.
Yeah.
Like, blew me away. And that was in part to James Gunn, too. It wasn't just John Cena. But, like, he blew me away. Like, he fucking gave one hell of a performance.
Paul loves wrestling so much he heard John Cena, he suddenly reappears.
All right, so what's our number 5?
I won't add that to the bank.
Yeah.
My number 5 is Birds of Prey.
Wow.
I had a lot of fun with Birds of Prey. I think that it's an underrated DCEU.
Absolutely, it is. It's
Not
great.
enough people talk about it. Also, I have to give props to the director. She gave Grace Randolph hell
Yes.
over this movie. Like,
Loved
I
it.
mean, like I don't hate Grace Randolph by any means. I'm gonna say that. However, I like seeing the people that she's spreading random bullshit about come back and be like, "You're fucking wrong. You're fucking stupid."
I'm just glad she blocked me.
Dude,
Wait, what?
Grace Randolph blocked me on
Grant-
Twitter.
she blocked me over the stupidest fucking thing.
Yep.
I was just giving like constructive criticism. I wasn't even saying anything inherently bad about her.
That's like,
And then she did that shit. It's like, okay, I mean, if you want to be a man-child, by all means. Like, be an asshole, that's fine. Like, whatever. I wasn't even saying anything bad. It was the same way with Gina Carano. I wasn't saying anything bad about her, and then she ended up blocking me. Like, it wasn't until after she, like, blocked me where I was like, all right, fuck Gina Carano. Controversial, I know, but yeah, I just
But
kind
anyway.
of the same position.
But yeah, Birds of Prey is very underrated.
Yeah, it's great. Just the action sequences alone.
Absolutely.
Margot Robbie doing all of her own stunts,
Yes.
both in Suicide Squad and in that one. Fucking great.
Absolutely.
Fucking great. We need her to come back. I don't want to know what you're going about.
Yeah,
we need her to come back.
She
Okay.
is.
I was gonna say, if you have some bad news for me, I don't want to fucking hear it.
James Gunn said earlier today he will work with Margot Robbie again.
Thank fucking God.
Good.
She was the best thing to come out of the Suicide Squad movie.
Yes.
Yes, easily.
Absolutely.
1,000% agree.
Like I seeing her do her fucking work, she is the Tom Cruise of actresses.
She is.
I'll go out on a limb and say that.
Okay.
That is a bold statement.
It's a
That is
very
bold.
bold statement, but she is.
She is one of the comic book actors where she is the character.
Yes.
There is no one else who could play Harley Quinn the way Margot Robbie does.
It was the perfect casting.
Yeah.
It's hard to get a perfect casting.
Yeah.
She was the perfect casting.
Zachary Levi with Shazam is another one.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, just a brilliant film. Super underrated.
Might be
it
a
was,
controversial statement on my part, but before I say Margot Robbie's the perfect casting, I want to see how Lady Gaga does.
True.
True, especially with it being a musical. It plays to her strengths.
Is it truly musical though?
It's going to be a musical.
I heard
What I
all the
saw
musical
is that-
scenes are in her head.
Yes, yeah, it's going to be. So like the entire
I
thing
thought there
is
was
basically
only one
fictional.
musical scene in it.
No,
from
apparently
what I
the
heard.
entire thing is going to be a musical. From what I've seen.
Interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited about it.
I'm on board with it. Okay, so what's number 4 on your list?
So number 4, by just a hair, beats Birds of Prey, Fury of the Gods.
Okay.
Honestly, I could go 50-50 with those two rankings. Like I could switch back and forth really easily with it, depending on how deep I go into ranking it. I just try to go with what my heart tells me. This is what my heart told me. Yeah, no, we gave her a review.
Always go with your heart, absolutely.
One comment that I didn't make during our review though, fucking fantastic CGI.
Yes.
Yes.
The dragon wasn't the best.
It was still a really cool dragon.
It was still a really fucking cool dragon, and the monsters that spawned from the base of the tree. Dude, I genuinely thought that they were practical with just a touch of CGI. I want to know how practical they went.
Yeah,
Because if they weren't practical nearly at all, it'll blow my fucking mind.
what
That
all did they
Cyclops
show?
looked insane.
There was the Cyclops,
There's Cyclops,
the
there were
Minotaur.
Minotaurs, there were Harpies,
the unicorn, obviously.
the unicorns. Yeah, dude, they all looked fucking phenomenal.
Yes.
Like, I mean, if most of the budget in this movie went towards those, I would believe it.
Yeah.
Like, they looked fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's my final comment on Fury
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
Gods. But that Fury of the Gods number 4 on my list right now. It could switch with Birds of Prey.
Okay.
All
All right.
We'll update after the Flash again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Top
Flash is probably gonna be
3.
at least
Top
number
3.
two.
What do you got there doing?
Number 3 is The Suicide Squad.
Yep.
There you
It's
go.
just a phenomenal movie. I watched that movie once a day, every day for the entire month that it was on HBO Max.
Jesus
I mean,
Christ.
dude, I loved it. I thought it was combining James Gunn with the Suicide Squad, the best fucking decision.
Absolutely.
The best pairing in
yes.
all of comic book
yes,
history.
Yes, yes,
Like it was.
That's what I did when Wonder Woman came on Blu-ray. I watched it every single day for like a month and a half.
Yeah, no, it's fucking great. Like I just there's so much to unpack in that movie, and the fact that TDK probably isn't even dead. Anybody that knows me knows that I love Nathan Fillion. So the prospect of there being a TDK project in the future along with the Weasel, it's up my alley. It's up my alley. By all means, this movie deserves a number 3 spot, if not higher, if it weren't for these last two.
What do we got for number 2?
Number 2 is
I can't
the Snyder
tell
Cut.
you.
Okay.
Dude, you okay?
I'm good.
Okay.
I was about to make a pun based
The
off of the
universe
fact that
said
I
no.
just went into the restroom and I just about went out
Okay.
of the chair.
But anyway,
We're gonna cut all this part out. I'm so sorry to interrupt.
it's
Please
okay.
You're good, you're good,
It's
you're
all
good.
right. All right, so you got Snyder's
Snyder
Justice
Cut
League at number 2.
for very obvious reasons.
Yeah.
It was just fucking phenomenal. Out of every, I prefer Endgame over Infinity War.
Yeah.
I prefer Endgame over every team up movie in the MCU.
Infinity War's my favorite of those.
And Snyder Cut, it's hard
It's
for me.
better.
If it's better than Endgame, it's just by hair for me.
Hmm.
The reason why I say that is
Wait
because I feel
a
like there are
minute.
some.
I just doubt. Okay, we'll get to that argument another time.
The reason why I say that is because obviously this isn't a Marvel and DC ranking.
Right,
so
yeah.
right.
I'm not trying to do that. But if Snyder Cut is better for me, it's only by a hair. Because in Snyder Cut there are a lot of drawn out sequences. And that was a big reason why people wanted the Snyder Cut, was because it drew out scenes more. I mean, Batman v Superman, the deluxe, the Ultimate Edition did that. And this one, it just didn't work for me as well. The biggest critique that I was able to give that movie was the fishing song.
Yeah, that was annoying.
That
That was the only scene that was really...
Yeah,
I can't do it.
I get that it had a purpose and everything. So anybody that's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh well, you don't understand.
Oh yeah, you made
Save-
that
save me, I
complaint
get
that
it.
song should never been in the movie. Yeah, I remember that.
If it were in the movie and it would have been like 30 seconds, that would have been one thing.
It
But
was
that
like
movie,
2.5, 3 minutes.
yeah, it went on for at least 3 minutes. It's like, well, I did not need to listen to that song for 3 fucking minutes. Like I didn't need it. I'm good. It was basically just because Jason Momoa's Aquaman was hot. That's the main fucking reason why we got that song.
They could have gave us 3 more minutes of Martian Manhunter instead.
Yeah.
Well,
We could have gotten
yeah.
that. We could have gotten fucking Jon Stewart.
Oh,
The way that we're supposed to.
Yeah, exactly.
It pissed me off. We could have gotten something better than that, but we did it.
Still pretty amazing, though.
Number one.
Number one, Shazam.
Yeah,
Obviously.
there you go.
I
Or
just-
should we say Shazam?
I've always loved Shazam, and like I've been saying anytime that we've been talking about.
It was one of the
Flash
biggest,
is probably gonna be
one of the
my
big,
number one.
one of the biggest surprises of 2019. I didn't know what to expect.
I didn't either. Like I knew the character, obviously.
Yeah.
I knew the character, so I knew what the premise was. I knew who Billy Batson was, and all that.
The movie was so good. I gave it 7 stars out of 5. It was that amazing.
It's fucking great when you think of a perfect blend between comic book and comic book movie. You look at the Shazam movies. I say movies plural because I have that opinion for the second one as well.
Yeah.
It's just it's one of those things. Like I mean, like it's a refreshing thing.
Yeah.
When you think of superhero movies in modern times, you think of like something that's a little grittier, something that's a little heavier. Having Shazam, where it was mostly comedy, like I said, it's over the top of comedy. Having that with the little serious accents, it was a perfect translation.
Yes, it was.
I really
Man.
mean it. And I've never been a fan of the glowing symbol on Shazam.
Yeah, it looks cool though.
It looks fucking cool. And again, another Fear of the Gods comment. The symbol was the only improvement for the costumes for me.
Yeah.
I think that everything else concerning the costumes could have been left alone.
Yeah.
But yeah, the translation was phenomenal. There was a lot of love in that movie. You can just tell. And I mean, you can say that for a bunch of the other movies on the list. But for Shazam, it takes the cake for me.
I mean, I remember being so excited when we saw multiple Shazams, because me and my buddy, when we saw multiple Shazams, but we were going, that's so awesome! And then, of course, the Superman scene in the one scene, I was thinking, that's so awesome. So, yeah, Shazam was pretty much amazing. All right, yeah, we get to your list real quick.
Paul's gonna do his real quick. His least favorite and best.
Okay.
Yeah, because I've not seen all the DC movies.
Right.
How dare you?
I prefer Marvel. Okay.
I know.
This is my big thing though, so I'm going last.
I would have to say my favorite would be Man of Steel.
Yep.
It's Man of Steel.
Absolutely.
Incredible movie.
Least favorite, the first Suicide Squad.
Okay. Hey, Paul, just so you know, Man of Steel was my second to least.
Okay.
It was above Justice League. Just didn't know if you had any fighting words or not. Yeah. I didn't want you to miss the fact that was my worst ranking.
That's part of why I feel like I'm better at Marvel as opposed to DC is because
I can see that.
I frankly don't know enough about DC to even have fighting words.
I get you. Okay.
So you have no problem with me saying that I'm a DC expert, and then you, I assume.
I don't care.
Okay, that's good. Okay.
I'm more of an expert than you though. Because I've seen all.
You're more of an expert than all of us.
Yeah, because I've watched every TV show.
Yeah.
Oh, I know you have. Okay.
Okay. Obviously, the Joss Whedon cut, number 14, last.
Yeah.
For a big team-up movie, your initial thought when you leave the theater should not be, I waited 17 years for this.
Understand.
That's a bad sign for your movie.
Yeah, WB.
yeah.
You screwed up, WB. Man, okay.
Birds of Prey is number 13. Everything from after Justice League, I enjoy. It's just a matter of how much I enjoy it.
I got
Okay,
you. I got
good.
you.
None of these are bad movies after Justice
Oh,
League.
good. Okay.
Birds of Prey was. I'm not a big fan of Deadpool. It's really Deadpoolish.
Okay. I can see that.
I wish that we would have got a scarier Black Mask. Ewan McGregor had the opportunity to be terrifying,
True.
and he was too flamboyant, I guess.
Yeah, I can see that. I was just upset that he died.
Yeah.
That was my biggest complaint about his character in that. If they would have had him return and be a little more serious, I would have.
And I know I sound like a broken record, like every other comic fan out there. I didn't like what they did to Cassandra Cain.
Yeah. That's totally understandable.
Number 12, Black Adam. I love the action sequences.
Me
Yeah.
too.
That was the best part of the movie. The plot's a little thin though.
Okay.
It is.
And I also loved Pierce Brosnan as Dr. Fate.
Phenomenal.
Highlight of the movie.
He was amazing. Yes.
Number 11, 2016 Suicide Squad. I'm talking the extended cut with that extra 15 minutes. It helps the movie a little bit. It's not a bad movie. It's definitely a weaker movie.
Yes.
But Harley is obviously a standout.
Yes.
Deadshot's a standout. I like the more not intimate, but heartfelt scenes in this one.
Yeah.
Like the bar scene.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
El Diablo talking about how he killed his family because if God didn't give him this, why should he take it away? And it's like his curse instead of a blessing.
Yeah.
His powers. And obviously towards the end, with the Enchantress at the end, she tells them, you can have what you want, just bow before me. Harley's like, I like what you're selling, lady, but there's only one problem. You messed with my friends.
Yeah.
That was pretty awesome.
Just the family aspect of it.
Yeah.
Number 10, Peacemaker.
Yeah.
Season 1. I liked it. It just wasn't my favorite. There was more... the comedy was a little bit too much for me.
Okay.
But, just like the fact that it was more dick jokes and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you and I had a blast when we watched it. It was so funny.
Favorite scene in the show, though, is in the veterinary hospice. When he's praying and Eagly wakes up, and then it flashes back to when he talked to Annabelle in the first episode, and she's like, he was so happy my eagle hugged me today. And she's like, an eagle hug you? I call BS on that. He's like, you don't want to believe in miracles, that's on you.
Yeah.
I love that scene. It makes me cry every time. Number 9, The Suicide Squad. I liked it, but same reason.
Okay.
It was, yeah. I love the fact that more people actually died in this one.
Yes.
It actually lived up to the Suicide Squad name. Number 8, here we go, Shazam 2. I enjoyed it. It wasn't as good as the first one. And this other stuff, I just like that much more.
Okay.
Number 7, Batman vs. Superman. We're talking Ultimate Cut. I would say this has the best cinematography of the 3 Snyder movies.
Okay.
And you agree that Jesse Eisenberg could
over
have
the
had
top,
a little
yeah.
bit work? Yeah.
I liked him. It was just a little bit over the top.
I could have seen him as the Riddler, not Lex Luthor.
I think it would have been cool to see his father, because his father was the Lex Luthor.
Right.
True.
I think that would have been cool to eventually see him, but we're not going to get that.
And yes, I actually did scream in the theater when she actually showed up in the Wonder Woman costume. I was like, yes!
It was pretty awesome. Yeah.
That was an incredible entrance.
Okay.
Number 6, Wonder Woman 84. I like it. I like that we still got... the plot was a little too jarring, I guess. Because it went from like a super happy movie or a super like bright movie, fun movie, and then it just dropped into straight darkness towards the end.
Okay, yeah.
It was very interesting, but it was still really fun though.
I love Pedro Pascal in it. He played an excellent character.
Yeah.
Shazam at number 5.
Whoa.
I do enjoy it. It is a very fun movie. Zachary Levi is amazing. My favorite scene in that movie is Freddy walks with the cane, and when he gets his power, the cane drops and he starts flying.
Yeah.
I still cry every time with that scene.
It was great.
Number 4, Aquaman. The visuals.
Yeah.
Come on, Jason Momoa. He's awesome.
So awesome.
He's a fucking brute. I can't wait to see
Yeah.
more of him.
The visuals in that movie are next to none.
Absolutely.
In superhero movie, in most, we'll just say in sci-fi, it's up there for
Yeah, for sure.
for sci-fi and fantasy. Number 3 is the Snyder Cut. The only negative is that scene with the fishing, like you said. Best scene is the Speed Force scene.
Yes. Oh, dude, 1,000 times. I was rooting during that scene.
Yeah, I was in tears again, and when he said your kid was one of them, Dad, one of the best of the best, it's like, oh man. But the visuals in that movie, I hope it looks somewhat similar in the Flash movie, because that was the visuals are incredible.
That was pretty awesome. It was.
Man of Steel at number 2. Obviously, we know what number 1 is going to be.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
No.
But Man of Steel made me a Superman fan.
It's a wonder.
6.
Man of Steel made me a Superman fan because the ones before are really dated.
Yeah.
They're okay, but they're dated. Well, 1 and 2 are okay. But, yeah, it just... And the fact that we actually see Superman fighting. He's supposed to be like this super thing, and we barely see any fight scenes in the original.
Yeah.
And this, you really show him go all out. And I love Henry Cavill as Superman. Amy Adams, I love as Lois Lane, and I like that she actually figured out who Superman was, which we kind of talked about before about... That I thought was stupid that Margot Kidder, I think was her name.
I think.
But he could literally leave the room, come back as Superman, and she doesn't get it.
Yeah.
She's a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist.
Yeah. But of course, Wonder Woman number 1.
Yes.
I definitely knew that Wonder Woman was going to be number 1.
Gal is phenomenal. She embodies Wonder Woman on and off screen, from what I've read.
Yeah.
She does a lot of like charity work. She does a lot of like children's hospital stuff.
Yeah.
She embodies the character.
She's a great actress in general.
Yeah, but that's what really gets me. She embodies the character, and I just loved the whole plot of the first movie. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty great.
talking about how only love can truly save the world. I love that ending.
Yeah.
And great love connection between Chris Pine and...
Chris Pine was good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's it.
Absolutely, that's it. Thank you so much for listening. Next week, we got a pretty packed episode. We're going to be getting to our John Wick Chapter 4 review for next week.
And also, that's when we're going to do the one and done movies finally.
Okay.
Best movies that are solo movies. No prequels, no sequels, no spin-offs, nothing. Just single movies.
Yep. So, yeah, please remember to follow us on Facebook and Twitter and also on Instagram. The more viewers we get, the more that we can do some more episodes.
And the more
everything.
stuff we can do with the episodes.
Yeah. Also, remember to rate us wherever you're listening to us.
Yes.
That drastically helps us. It helps us get more out there so more people can find us.
Yes, yeah. So find us on Amazon, Spotify, iTunes. All of the audio services are right there for you to listen to it.
Yeah, like I said, just look
And
us
check
up.
out our website. Check out our website.
And remember on any of the social medias to tell us what you want to see more of.
Yes, please.
So we know what to focus on.
Absolutely. God bless you all. Thank you so much for listening, and have yourself a great week, and we'll hope to see you next week.
See you next week.
See you guys later.